There has to be sex involved for there to be a cuck.
Well, this lady wanted there to be sex.
But there wasn't sex.
But
she just
she
went to a table and made fun of a guy who was in the bathroom weeing to his girlfriend. She's just making fun of him. That's no cuck.
No, the guy's pants was down.
Right.
Brine was coming out.
Yeah,
Right.
Brine was firing.
And she made a hard play at this other gal.
Again,
straight
no
as she
sex
was.
involved. No sex involved.
So
Just
they
like-
wind up hooking up, Jackson?
No, I don't think so.
Boo hiss.
But it's not a cuck, but it's certainly cuck adjacent.
I think it is.
No, I think it's just some drunk girl made fun of your boyfriend.
I don't know. I think there's more to it.
Yeah, she was looking for more.
I've only been in 2 fights in my entire life. In both times, well, I've been punched a bunch of times, but I've only been involved in 2 fights. I've only been involved in two fights in my life, and both times were over a girl. And one was at Clay Morgan's, and I went to the bathroom, and this guy tried to pick up my girlfriend because I'm with somebody, and he started yelling at her and calling her names.
Cuckolding.
Am I getting cucked?
Yes.
No, he's just
Yes.
he tried to pick her up while I was in the bathroom, and then started calling her names because, you must be a loser to be with that guy. Screw you, and started calling her names.
How did it feel to be on the business end of a cucking?
I kicked his ass
Oh, you
because he used one word that I don't even use. It's a word that I don't think a lot of people like. And he called her that. And when she told me that, where is he? And luckily he was
He'd had
fairly.
enough with
No,
that.
he was like 6'2".
I'm sure he's a big football player.
Yeah, he was like 6'2".
Linebacker type.
And I went out there. I said, look, I got one shot at this guy. If I don't put him down, my ass is kicked. And I just banged him right in the chin. He went down like a ton of bricks.
You cold cocked him?
I said, what did you call my girlfriend? And he looked at me, and I just bashed him in the face.
The audience is impressed with that, but not happy with the story regarding Mommy Dearest. Doug, and we knew we were going to talk about Mommy Dearest. I thought it'd be the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour, but we moved it up. I would like to make a statement. Joan Crawford died 4 years before Mommy Dearest was released. Thanks. That's from the 3 Wood.
All right, and you know when they started filming that, or when they started put that script together? And,
I don't. No.
Faye Dunaway was. I'm just go type Joan Crawford Faye Dunaway, because Joan Crawford ripped Faye Dunaway.
Did she?
Maybe they had done something before, and when she she said she's just a terrible person.
Right.
Maybe she was on Johnny Carson or something, but Joan Crawford ripped into Faye Dunaway.
Did she?
I mean, it's quite obvious at this point someone is being lied to.
Crawford's daughter wrote a tell-all memoir called Mommy Dearest.
Yeah, she wrote it. Maybe it was Joan Crawford's daughter that said Faye Dunaway was the worst. I know one of the Crawfords just didn't like Faye Dunaway. I thought maybe it was Joan Crawford's daughter. Maybe Google that, somebody.
How did we get to this?
I don't know.
Was it Cindy Crawford who'd had enough?
I don't remember at what point we made the bridge between like this cuck story and Joan Crawford. And
I don't know how Mommy Dearest even got in there. A good movie, but hard to watch.
I'm just trying to backtrack through my show notes, and I have no idea.
Wire hangers!
Possibly make that leap. We had a great lesbian cuckold story. Next thing you know, we're talking about Joan Crawford.
Cucking Ghost.
That was good stuff, though. Consultants like that.
I mean, there has to be sex involved to be a cuck. But one of the Crawfords didn't like Faye Dunaway. I know that.
Willie Crawford, the outfielder the Cardinals
Could
had
be.
for a year or two.
Carl Crawford?
Carl Crawford was paid a lot, and then just didn't really pan out after that
Didn't
contract.
do that much.
Give me Shag Crawford.
Hijacking alert. No one gives an F about a fight 70 years ago. That's from Fan Page Club champion Aunt Peg.
I turned that into trying to tell you what isn't a cuck. The guy didn't cuck me. I was in the bathroom.
He cucked you, good and hard.
No.
And did
Yes,
he file charges against you after you walked up and
He
punched
was
him
too
in the face?
drunk. My friends came out there because they thought I was going to get my ass kicked, and they were elated. Iggy kicked his ass. I said, well, let's get in the car because he's going to come to pretty soon.
Oh, you knocked him clean out.
Yeah, I did.
One from PP Corp has issued an anecdote statement. Some chick tried to bang my girlfriend in Punta Cana this past weekend. My girlfriend ran up to me frantically and said, she tried to touch mine with hers.
Oh.
I just smiled and said, get back in there, slugger. You're only in the second inning. Thanks, Juan from PP Corp.
God,
That's a cock.
that was.
What, did she just lay down on top of her while she was sunbathing?
I mean, you can't just pass somebody in trib, can you?
Yeah, you'd be arrested for that.
Drive-by tribbing.
People are good at pickpocketing. I imagine people are good at tribbing without having people notice.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Hey, Virgin, you dancing by yourself this weekend, bro? That's from the Warson Woods Wacko.
No. I have never danced by myself. Well, No, probably not.
I'm sure in your house you hear a song, you kind of dance around, don't you?
Yeah, well, if some, really catchy comes
Now he
on.
lives in his own bachelor pad, Douglas
He sure
Jackson.
Yeah, and it's got those tile floors, so I'll put a fresh pair of socks on and just moonwalk.
Oh,
Moonwalk like the Dickens.
I tried it the other day. I can't do it. There's
I tried to moonwalk the other day.
No, there's one TikTok you see where, there'll be 2 or 3 people and I ba 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 da ba da ba da ba 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 ba, and they got the whole dance routine down. It's all this. And I actually tried to do it the other day. I was doing this and I couldn't get it down.
very attractive moves, though.
Hot.
Now, if you see the song and you see people do it, some are really great at it, and then you get the mom and the son trying to do it, and they're just so out of rhythm.
Well, it's hard for a 60-plus gentleman to look cool doing any sort of dance.
Yeah, I'm not a good dancer anyway.
Ben Vereen.
Well, maybe, but when he was a dancer, he was in his 20s, 30s, maybe.
Yeah, I was never a good dancer.
Now, Fred Astaire, he was a great dancer. And he probably did some movies into his
Gene
60s.
Kelly, Mitzi Gaynor.
Yeah.
Ass tire.
Celebrate all your college and fantasy teams' Tully touchdowns this weekend with Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. May your team be swift and their aim be true. May the refs be forever in your favor and your whiskey always Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew, the original triple blended, triple distilled, smooth sipping Irish whiskey, made exactly for game day moments like this. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Imported by William Grant & Sons Incorporated, New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios. It's the Munganess St. Louis Acura. Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Strode, the Plowhawk, Action Jackson with you. Come on in, friends. The water is warm on our first Friday of 2023, and we're always really bad boys.
And I hate to sound like a broken record, hot as hell.
Yep.
All 5 of us here.
Yeah, I kind of feel naughty today because I have my new whip from Munganess. The rims are spinning. They are spinning. And thank you to Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, and Peter Munganess and the wonderful staff at Munganess St. Louis Acura, because what happened to me, I cruised Ronnie's before the show today, and it went well. I don't want to go into detail, but it went well, to say the very least. A couple of
Do you
guys-
have to roll down your window and yell at people, or do they just come running up to the car?
Yeah, but I find if I yell and I use that force in my voice, I could slip off one of the phone books I'm sitting on. So I'm very careful, and I just let the whip speak for me, and then the guys come up to me, and it kind of becomes like that Mark Wahlberg scene in Boogie Nights, where Jackson, how much did the guy pay to have him use his hand on him?
10?
Was it $10?
I think it was 10 to watch, 25 to...
That was the beginning. You're talking about the church parking lot?
Doug, was it in the church
I
parking
don't
lot?
remember. This movie's 30 years old, isn't it?
This is like towards the end of the movie, right?
Right. And
It still makes it old.
Yeah,
Still
that-
30 years ago.
I think that was 10 or 15, which was, bad pricing by Dirk Diggler there.
Yeah, he was getting in the car, and then on the other side of town, Roller Girl was beating the hell out of her high school guy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Heather Graham, Doug. What is she up to? We got to get her
I
on.
don't know.
What a
When you go to Ronnie's, do the police ever have to come and tell people, move along now, move along, come on,
It's just a guy on HD2 trying to solicit.
get into the theater?
Well, I got to tell you, for the first time in a long time over Christmas, when we had those 2-3 days and it was minus 30 wind chill, first time in I don't know how long that I went out to my car and didn't worry one bit of it starting.
How about that? StLouisAcura.com, where you can get cars that'll start.
Well, in my case,
It's kind of the baseline. It's kind of
I
what you
know,
would
but
expect.
in my case, never having a nice car except for my Volkswagen many years ago, I had a car that I had to worry about every winter. So for me, it, as I say, peace of mind.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it.
Get
Probably
your peace
just
of
a
mind
battery.
at StLouisAcura.com and AltonToyota.com. And a battery. They probably have batteries. I
Well,
bet
yeah,
they
that's
do.
the key to starting the car. It's not really how
there's-
nice the car is. It's with the batteries.
There are more than just batteries wrong with mine.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Oh, yeah, they have fantastic cars at Munganess for sure.
This RAV4 is Lovely.
Doug, your friend Timmy the Tickler is our leadoff hitter today. You kind of like him.
I don't. Weasel.
He says, hey, guys, just wondering what the shrub situation is for everyone, especially with Jamaica coming up. Hot to think smooth is better. Thanks. That's from Timmy the Tickler.
Gosh.
I guess I'll start off. I have a landing strip, and I kind of patterned that after producer Joe, who was kind enough to show it to people. Was that at our bar in 2006 or 2007 when he showed it?
This was in a popular bar he showed it?
Right. Well, so yeah, I have a landing strip. Dense thicket for the strip.
Yeah.
Bald as the day is long on either side. How do you do? Land your plane here. Your turn.
Ouch. Well, I guess that means all of us are kind of the same.
Yep, that's correct.
No, I think I've said many, many times.
Oh.
There's not a hair on me. I've got a landing strip. No, I don't.
Well, that was you.
Well, I was trying to.
I love what
I've got a landing strip.
Sounds like you have
I
one.
was talking about producer Joe. I'm sure. I've never had a landing strip. No, under my underarms, no hair, balls.
You shave your armpits?
Yeah. Who wants hair under there? You put the deodorant on, and then you get it all stuck together. Who wants to do that?
Use gel, baby.
Well, I have gel, but it's
Still
still
get stuck?
Well, you put that on there all day, and then the hairs get stuck together, and then you take a shower, and it's like balled up in there.
Oh.
I mean, it's very simple. Just no
Okay,
hair.
don't make the sound.
I don't know why you'd want hair. I've got a landing strip. Remember the old days of the
Sound like you
NBA
got
when
one.
those guys would shoot free throws, and they would use like maybe I guess it was kind of like a powder deodorant. And they'd take a free throw, and there'd be big white balls under there.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Big white ball.
Oh, it's just why do you?
I've got hair that people would die to have.
Well, on top of my head, yes. Everywhere else, no.
Well, your chin's got a lot of hair.
Yeah, it is nice.
Well, yeah, but it's getting wild.
Well, you
can
can trim it.
baby.
It's pretty
Jake's
easy.
Coke.
Pretty easy to trim it.
It is, but sometimes
Chin
I
beard.
just forget about it.
How can you forget about it? You look in the mirror every day, don't you?
I know, but then I gotta get the thing out. And,
But it's not a
Take at
hassle
least
to
8
do
seconds.
to do your underarms, but it is to
no,
do your face.
I don't have to get it perfectly trimmed. Like, oh, and I missed a hair here. This is off center. It's just zoop zoop done.
I like that zoop.
I don't really like the sound effect.
So anyway, if you happen to see it in Jamaica, you'll see no hair on me, but I don't think you can go nude there.
You shave your legs?
No.
I thought we were doing a big calendar shoot.
Yeah, what are we doing on that?
Well, we can't go nude. I found out too.
for this calendar.
I
Yeah,
found
so
out too that cause I did a little digging, not for me, but just to see. No, not even topless at Sandals in Ocho Rios.
Who is this research for?
Well, just in case are we gonna see any beauties topless on the beach? But
Oh.
no, there's no.
No.
Can't go topless.
Doug, who is the research for?
I don't
Well,
know.
for me,
Where do you go to find that information?
Well, you kind
Amen.
You gotta prepare yourself if you're going to the beach. I wonder if we're gonna see any nice boobs today from ladies laying out. But no, you won't because they can't get topless
Do you
there.
have an idea the demographic of the clients
No,
at
I didn't.
Sandals Ocho Rios?
Didn't check. But they
Bob
said,
Huck, you got any knowledge on that? How's the passport situation, bro?
Dude, I don't know.
Starting to get a little worried. Now holes are tightening up.
Yeah.
Strips are landing, holes tightening. How do you do?
My thing is, I did everything I could in the amount of time that I was given. You know,
You did.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
they
it's not like I
deposited
lo-
the check like a month ago, right? Huh?
yeah, it's not like I lollygagged in this scenario. I did everything right. I mean, I paid the full amount, for the expediting process. So I mean,
yeah, you ask for your money back if you don't get it.
that's
paid for expediting.
I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
So into it. I mean,
How
200.
weird
not
that we
much.
got ours like on the 20th, I think, Plowhawk. And you sent yours in just a few days after we sent ours?
I think a week. Yeah. But regardless,
This is a concern now. Now it's on the radar.
Well, it could have been that the government workers took a week off for Christmas and New Year's, and things have piled up on them.
I really want to know what the process is in terms of actually making it. Like how long it takes them to actually do the entire work. I'd like to add up the minutes that takes.
Well,
Although it
I would
takes 6 to 8 to 9 weeks to get, I would love to see the nitty-gritty and the grinding and the sweat, blood, and tears it takes to put a picture on a damn booklet with my information attached to it.
It's probably not the individual passport that takes time. It's probably that they've got 300,000 of them waiting to be done.
That's like going to McDonald's, ordering a McGriddle, and go, yeah, I'll be 6 to 8 weeks. You know, we have a lot of orders ahead of you, so sorry. It's like, okay.
Well, that's all I can think is that they're dealing with a country of 330 million people, and there's tens or hundreds of thousands of people in the queue there.
Do better or don't offer the service.
Wow,
It's
there it
plain
is.
and simple.
Just seems like that could be something done at your local post office. Doesn't it?
A Kinko's. I mean, like I said, Shutterfly. They could probably send passport. They should get into that market.
Or even if you had to go to Clayton or the city of St. Louis to get that done, you'd think that would be reasonable.
There's not much involved in a passport except for the front page. Then you have a bunch of blank pages. You can get your license quicker than that, and you would think a license would take more time. It's plastic. It's got to be, you got to put everything around there. You got to print it all out on everything.
Right. But when you go to get your license,
and that takes 2 weeks to get to you.
When you get your license, there's 20 people there, and when you send it into the federal government, who knows how many people?
We leave in 22 days.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Instead of sending all this stuff off, there should be a place you just go get a picture. They have the passport there. Okay, get to you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Not 2 months.
Well, I'm going sledding.
Yeah, you'll be there.
I'm going to go sledding. Doug, it might just be me and my wife and you and your son.
What about me? I'll be there.
Oh, Jackson will
That's
be
right.
there.
Jackson
That's
will be
right.
there
Madison
with
will be
Gareth.
Madison will be there.
Or at least Ann. If I don't have a passport, I just won't tell her, and she'll.
She on today?
No.
AVNs.
Yeah, and fantasy football's over.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. And she's posting a lot of pictures from the AVNs. A lot of girls are. I'm doing a lot of searching. A lot of the girls are there.
You had a big research Thursday night.
Yeah, I had on the computer most of the day.
I saw
Just
Gabby
researching like a dick.
Over, under, 3
I
and a
can
half.
see you with a visor on, sleeves rolled up, really getting down to it. Really knocking out some research.
Gabby Carter had a Jules Jordan lanyard on, I saw. Looked like she was at the AVNs.
Yeah, it didn't. She wasn't in the list of people going.
Well, look, she was on an escalator, and it just looked like that was the pass with the lanyard. But I don't
Could
know.
be.
Who is this there, the lanyard?
Gabby Carter.
Oh, she's back? Wow.
She made
I
us-
thought she had retired. Friend of the show. Joined us for the Blues and Stars. Was that game 5 of the 2019 second round?
I
Kind of
don't
a breakdown.
remember.
Haven't heard from Biff because he's not there.
Is Ella Reese there?
Hi, Ella Reese.
If you go to the AVN website and look at performers, you'll have a
not
whole
doing
list of
that.
people that are going to be there. But I noticed like 5 that I would have wanted to see an interview. The other ones were people I've never heard of, and a lot of specialty acts.
Well, are they hurting a little bit because you didn't go there and interview
I just
people?
think the AVNs are hurting in general.
Because you're not going?
No, just a lot of companies don't want to be there anymore. It's not worth it for them.
Is that right? I didn't know this.
Well, the whole Lansky collage that he had is.
What did the
can't go
tweets say?
back. Well, his Tushy and Blacked and Raw and whatever else he's got. He had like 4 or 5 companies. They stopped going. Brazzers is back this year. I think.
Did you say Brazzers or Brazzers?
I don't really ever have to say either one.
Brazzers is back. But it just seems like it's not the same. And she was, Lisa Ann was there. I guess she was hosting a party at Sapphire, maybe. And she had a picture of her and Young Gravy.
And that kind of upsets you. I could tell by your body language.
Why does it bother you?
It doesn't bother me. It's just a picture of her and Young
Doug
Gravy.
picked up a reed.
Oh,
Doug's
yeah.
reeds are tight as
No,
Phil
it's
Ivy's.
And you said Young Gravy, and then you kind of looked
Yeah,
away
because I'm
in
getting a little
disgust.
tired of Young Gravy. I don't know.
Why?
He's all over the place. I don't know why.
Well, he's trying to become a star.
Yeah, well, how did he come up with a name like Young Gravy? Have you worked with
Satirical.
Bree Mills? Because she is, she's doing some things in the industry now that have never been done before, and a lot of the girls seem to want to go work with Bree. Yeah, I mean, when you're coming up with rap
I think I
names,
took
something
10 seconds of silence off
Young,
of that.
how about Gravy?
It's a satire on the rap name. Same like Little Dicky. It's the same thing.
Well, what's the satire on Gravy?
Young, Y-U-N-G is like, that's how a lot of rappers use that, but he uses a silly name because he's kind of a satirical rapper.
So what will you and I be, Doug? Old Ajou?
Nice.
Yeah, not bad. I really haven't considered a career in rapping.
You have a hit song already though.
Yeah, I do have
Give me
one.
that daddy.
Yeah,
bun.
that thing was sick.
Yeah,
in
it's
like
more.
20,
That's more. I consider that alternative.
Rara Nups and Sky Bree together is heaven. That's from Josh Bob Bill. Doug, who is Rara Nups? We know who Sky Bree is, but who's Rara Nups?
I've never heard of either name.
Turn off my Wi-Fi and look it up.
I'll look it up, and they won't be surprised.
Your
It's
girl's there,
online.
Tim.
Who's that?
Is it La Torina 69?
Latrine. La Serena 69.
La Serena 69. Yeah, she's there.
Is that right? How's she
Train
doing?
69.
She's from Venezuela. Do you say Venezuela or Venezuela?
I don't say it the other way.
I
It's
just-
just regular Venezuela.
And I looked at the nominations for the awards this year.
Yeah.
I mean, God, these are people I've never heard of.
Oh, Josh Bob Bill, I respectfully disagree. No, that's my song and dance. That's Jackson's told me about this thing with the lasses in their early 20s who get I don't even know what the procedures are called, but like the procedures that used to be reserved for women in their 60s are now women in their 20s are getting. And hey, God bless them, to each their own bodies. But,
Facelifts.
It's not facelifts, but the fillers and whatever other
Botox
things are going on. Yeah. So that's my read, Josh Bob Bill. I always appreciate a nice recommendation, but I'm not buying that stock.
I think there's a lot of them doing Botox these days.
I mean, at
Botox,
20,
pretty
what's
common.
the point?
I guess it's considered preventative, but as we've been told, because we have a lot of wealthy female listeners, it's a status symbol thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. God. I just throw on a gold chain to let people know I'm wealthy.
Yeah, and that works.
Right. In class.
One of my therapists said, you need Botox in your right shoulder. I said, really? They go, yeah, sometimes it's used to loosen up
Is that right?
joints and muscles. Yeah, I went to the doctor. They said, no, that won't help.
Some guys do it under their arms to stop sweating. Like if they're really bad sweaters, Botox under the arms can help with that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the miracle drug.
That would be a tough one. We had a teacher in middle school.
Sweaty.
Yeah, it was a condition, you know. It wasn't
Right.
just,
That's why.
Yeah,
The water just pours out.
And as like a 10, 11-year-old kid, it's hard to like be understanding and not openly point it out, you know?
Right,
Looking
sure.
back, it's like that would be terrible at the teacher, just pointing up at the chalkboard and just soaked.
Oh, gosh.
Bill is soaked.
I mean,
It is
looked
the Munganess
rough.
St. Louis Acura 7 o'clock hour. Right now it's 7:24 in St. Louis, and you're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After, and you are welcome to text in here as we sit in the Michelob Ultra Studios. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. Michelob Ultra, sponsor of all of our golf tournaments, and then the studios. Into the engineered, designed facilities. Text inbox, that's EDF to you and me, Russ. Engineered, designed facilities. 314-881-TMA5 is the text number, and you can contact Engineered Design Facilities at fire@edf-rg.com. If you have visibility to your company or place of businesses, commercial fire alarm panel and system, email fire@edf-rg.com. They'll have a technician come out and provide a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. Also check them out anytime at edf-rg.com, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. It's engineer designed facility. Send your emails in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. Design Air is online at DesignAirService.com. You're working with Seth Goldcamp and his phenomenal staff. Doug and I are clients. Couldn't be more happy that we are, and we recommend you become a client as well. Anytime you run into furnace issues here during the cold weather months, go to DesignAirService.com, click on the Book Now tab, and you'll be working with Design Air Heating and Cooling quick, fast, and in a hurry, and you'll be thrilled that you are. The official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at DesignAirService.com. Just click Book Now, and you are immediately connected. I mean, you just go to the site and click Book Now. You're right there. There's somebody waiting for you. Design Air Heating and Cooling online at DesignAirService.com. Doug, as you know, Jackson and I, at 10 o'clock, we go down the hallway, and we just take a beating. But it's usually limited to 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the award-winning Balloon Party.
I would think so.
A.K.A. the Lil Piddle Show. But my understanding here via Jackson's Fun with Audio list is 101 texters take a shot at Lil Piddles at the end of the fast lane,
Why?
much to the enjoyment of Jamie Rivers. I have not heard this, but I see it in Jackson's Fun with Audio. What do we have going on here, Jackson?
So on the fan page yesterday, someone posted Jackson's taking shrapnel on 101 ESPN. And I was like, well, what's new? But so I text Marshy Marsh, and I say, hey, I hear him taking hell on the fast lane. And he tells me about it, and then he said, I'll save the audio for you. So I've only heard it once, and it's pretty good.
What are they complaining about?
I don't know. We'll get to the bottom of it right now, Doug.
It's a lever project.
Yesterday, got a couple compliments. I got a criticism today from the 314, and this was after the Sports Six-Pack when you were pressuring me, Anthony, to go rapid fire. We got Marsh is a little slow there. He's been hanging around Jackson too much. So I don't know if that's a shot at me or Jackson. But
yes.
I don't like that.
I want to say yes.
I'll be coming for action, Jackson, like that.
I feel like that was a shotgun blast, and the pellets hit several people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old Piddles himself. Right now, he has no idea Piddles just got sniped.
Yeah, what the hell? Hey, that hurt.
Did Jamie Rivers coin the name Piddles for you?
He certainly popularized it.
He did.
Yeah, when I bumped into him.
Doug, we were having a nice little discussion, thinking essentially no one was listening from 10 to 11, and all of a sudden I heard Jamie Rivers music, and he stormed into those studios to confront Jackson.
When we came back on Tuesday, I saw him in the hall. I said, "Keep your head on a swivel, Rivers. The sheriff's back in town."
How did that play?
He got a big kick out of that. He enjoyed it.
I bet he was.
He wasn't happy when Iggy called him an average player either. Remember that?
Yeah, he called in.
Yeah, he'd had enough at that point.
Yeah, he confronted me in the parking lot.
Did he really?
With his son in the car.
Did you have to drop your mittens?
Is he the one who was yelling at you for running the red?
No. He's got a big old truck. He pulled in. I think I was out there talking to Riz one morning out in the parking lot, or when our show was over, and he pulls up, and he honked. I said, what's wrong? Couldn't you find the big one? I mean, this thing is like 3 stories long.
Uh-oh. Now we have criticism of Jamie Rivers' vehicle choice.
3 stories long.
I mean, it's just the biggest truck I've ever seen.
3 stories long.
You could barely see his head coming out of the window.
Segment.
It's the name of a band.
Is that a way to describe length?
Well, you need a ladder to get into the car. And he's not a small dude. But anyway, he had his kid in the car, too. He goes, hey, meet Iggy. He thinks your dad sucks.
Oh.
I said, no, I just said mediocre.
Watch it.
No, he's cool. I love Jamie.
Jackson and this Marshy Marsh, they formed a clique down there at 101 ESPN, Doug.
Have they?
Yeah.
Lord knows we need to. You got to protect your own. Producers got to stick together.
It's like the young cools, Marshy Marsh and Jackson.
Yeah.
And I guess Rockio might be in the clique, might not be. I can't tell what's going on. Just know Jackson and Marshy Marsh are like hanging out on the weekends, and Jackson's not dancing by himself anymore.
Rockio probably only part-time because he spends so much time at band camp.
Marshy and I only hung out that one time for the U.S. versus England. But he's a cool dude.
Does Ryder stay out of the fray?
Mike Ryder?
Is there another one?
I mean, yeah. He wasn't at the U.S. England game at BPV when we were there. But yeah, I just texted Marsh to make sure that I didn't do something wrong, and then I got in trouble for it. No, it was just some one-on-one texter who's usually very complimentary of me. But then in this instance, they were taking a shot.
Oh.
But like I said, nothing new.
Do they read the text names?
The names aren't saved.
The names aren't saved, but just this week, they switched from the previous text service, which was 65780, to a phone number, just like we have. They're using the, whatever the service is. What are we using? Google Voice, I guess is what it is. And so now I guess theoretically you could save the names in there.
Yeah.
You gotta start doing that?
So you can come after these people?
Well, I don't know if they're going to want... Well, I know they're not going to want their government names because that will ruin the whole facade.
Well, that's why you give it.
And I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to come up with names like Jackson's prison whore, and we'll just be reading that on there. So I don't think that's the case. They'll just be the 314 and 614.
But if you get their government names, you can hunt them down like Liam Nielsen.
Yeah.
Is that what he did?
Yeah.
I have a certain set of skills.
Maybe we can read one of our. We can save one of our Tunnels 12,000 emails and go. You're still here, Jackson. Maybe before 2 o'clock starts, throw it in front of Jamie Rivers' chair, see if he reads
Stephen Boundbrook, what's up, Steve?
See if he reads it like Franco Pena did.
It would be, but nothing will ever top Franco Pena reading the Tunnel Tamians. It's not only the content of the email, but the way it's read.
Which makes him one of the all-time greats.
It's the greatest.
Is he completely retired now? Frank Opinion?
I believe so. I mean, from radio. I think he moved up to Palm Springs. I think.
Oh, did he?
Oh, did he really? I didn't know that.
He had a place there, and I think that's when he stopped doing radio. I think that's where he went.
Big fan of that guy, man.
Yeah, he was
super talented. Really kind of set the business model that we wound up utilizing, and I mean, just ridiculously talented. As we witnessed when he read what was described as an unfortunate email that was left behind for him.
The buggy whip in Palm Springs. Last time I was there, I went home with a guy named Jose.
That drop worked about 5 seconds ago. When
But that wasn't Frank Opinion saying that.
Again, Doug.
No, it was
before
John
I
Voight.
come at-
Yes.
Yeah. Where do you put that drop? It's like, Jesus.
Oh, wow.
This is like a preemptive response.
Yeah, that was a preemptive attack on the
I knew
audience.
Doug was coming at me with.
No, it was a
"Where's
good
the Frank Opinion drop. Well, that one was better anyway.
Yeah, I like that drop.
Well, you can't tell Pelosi what to play anyways. 2023.
Yeah. Thank you, Iggy. He gets it.
The Afton Altar boy is not particularly happy. He says, Iggy, does Ryder stay out of it? Jackson, Mike Ryder? Iggy, is there another one? Follow-up, yes, there are currently 350,000 Mike Ryders in the United States. Withered Spanish bag. It's tough to surmise a person with 50% of the information given. Doug, that's the Afton Altar boy.
Listen, how many of those 350,000 whatever work here?
One.
Yeah, there you go, buddy.
Afton Altar boy, the action's back on you, I guess.
No, that was on me.
I was just being facetious, too. We know there's only one writer that works here. So I was just doing a little bit there.
It was a nice bit.
I love bits, man.
Sketches and
Maybe
bits.
Maybe a sketch.
That was just a bit. It was a real short bit.
Who wants to call in and be the third caller of 2023? You can do so on the Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone line, 636-9004-TMA, 636-9004-TMA. And, of course, text into the Engineered Design Facilities text inbox, 314-881-TMA5. It's Engineered Design Facilities, sponsor of the text inbox, and Design Air, sponsor of our email of the day. And maybe you can apply to be part of Jackson's gang that he's forming here at Hubbard Radio.
Yeah,
Who's in your gang?
The Piddles Army.
Yeah.
Certainly Marshy Marsh.
Yep.
I'll put Rock in there.
Rockio's in.
Yeah, Rockio's
Do you have
in.
to be like, Rockio's 31, I think?
Yeah.
You have to be young and
No.
part of the cools?
Not at all. I'm very inclusive. Anyone who wants to join the Piddles Army is welcome. Lord knows I need the help.
Is there a leather jacket or anything you get to wear?
Members only jacket, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. But when I go up into that 101 text line, it's Jon Snow at the Battle of the Bastards. It's 1 on a million. So I do need an army. Littlefinger.
The Battle of the Bastards?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get that far. You quit after like 3 episodes.
Yeah. No, I didn't even get
The famous gif of him taking on like that whole army. That's how I feel.
I tried calling in the other day, but Jackson was grilling me like he was in the vetting process. I didn't like it. Pete used to do that crap, too. That's from Timmy the Tickler.
Oh.
Yeah, God forbid I do my job.
Yeah. Well, he needs to be vetted. He's a weasel.
Well,
I love to talk it over with the Tickler. I'm a big Tickler guy.
I am too, but he does the thing where he says a different name. And so I've been duped before and it's cost, so I tend to proceed with a little more caution. So just tell me you're Tim the Tickler and I'll tell Tim the fake name or something.
I'm in that army. I'm soft. Thanks. That's from the Total Package. Piddles Army, all wearing matching butt plugs. That's from former fan page moderator Neil Allen Craig Puckett.
Oh.
Piddles Army would be a great T-shirt. That's from friends of Bert Convey.
Yeah, that would be funny.
You're wearing that around, Hubbard.
I guess for alliteration, it'd be the Pills Patrol.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, guys, I would join Piddles Army, but I've had sex with a woman, so I guess I'm out. Wow.
Yeah.
Big tough.
Qualified.
Yep. Beat it.
Beat it, tough. I'm telling you, Doug, this Jackson, he's going to get laid in Jamaica. There's not a doubt in my mind either. What are you going to do, though, because you're splitting a room with Lisa Ann?
Oh, if anyone knows the deal better, then it's Lisa Ann.
Yeah, I
She
guess
said,
right.
too, she was like, if that's the case, I'll just go out on the balcony, read.
While you're in there rogering?
Yeah.
Would you mind a threesome?
Would I mind
Put
a
off.
threesome?
You offering your services?
No.
It's like it's like me asking Ryder as Mike Ryder.
No, if Lisa Ann would say, do you mind if I join?
Wow. Yeah, Jackson, how would you approach that?
How I approach everything. I would lay it out and
48
say,
hours?
No, that would not take maybe 48 seconds. So yeah, I think I'd say yeah.
Wow.
Oh, things are starting to happen.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I don't think I could.
You don't think you could?
I don't even watch her videos anymore. I can't. I mean, we've become friends, and it's there's a few people in our Beach Loafers group that wanted to have threesomes, and I said I feel weird because I know you too well now.
You get so many requests, you have to turn down some.
No, it's just with me. If I know you pretty well as friends, then it's hard for me. So it'd be hard for me to have Lisa Ann say, "You want me to join?"
You prefer a stranger?
Preferably. Huh. But God love you, Jackson. Maybe it'll happen.
Sure, yeah.
I'm sure Lisa Ann wouldn't mind.
Listen, you can't go in with any expectations. You just gotta take what comes to you.
Nice lady and her husband come up and asked me to join them in the pool.
Oh, those are the ones at the Beach Loafers?
No, I didn't sleep with any Beach Loafers.
Fluffernutters, yes.
Yeah. Everyone else is.
I don't think I had a fluffernutter.
Is Jackson bringing his Drew Bennett body pillow to Jamaica? Thanks. That's from Don Hoffman.
I don't know who Drew Bennett is.
He was
Looks
a
like
wide
gay
receiver with
porn
the
here.
Rams.
Why would they bring in Drew Bennett?
A free agent receiver the Rams paid a fortune for and never did anything.
Maybe Chris Givens.
Chris Givens. Oh, God. These are all like PTSD names.
He's a deep threat.
What do you think Frank was watching there when he blurted that out?
I think the text line.
I like the drop of Frank saying Doug's work husband.
Sure. If it's some lady boy from Thailand, there's a chance you haven't heard of her yet.
That was a different one.
Guys, I like the way producer Joe would handle the phone lines. Pick it up, spit out 590, hold as fast as you can, and then slam the phone down. It was amazing. I love that Prod Joe.
Yeah, I would say 50% of the calls I get, I say the morning after, and then the line drops.
Because they're trying to reach some other station.
Riz show.
With the Riz show.
And especially if it's a female. I'm just like, no, that's not for
that's
us.
not us.
Is our number the same as theirs? Or
No, I guess there's some, because we're 105.7, of course, HD2, where something gets messed up there, where our phone line appears or something. I'm not sure. It was like when we were at KFNS in the 590 in Toronto. We would always get these Canada hockey takes. And I wanted one time to let the guy on there and just spew
that
it.
would have been wonderful.
Been just really upset about the Leafs.
Doug's work husband.
And he said it very seriously, too.
Doug's work husband.
And there was like a take on Slew Hoops or something from Doug's work husband. I read it. And he unfortunately had to read the name.
I've never had a work husband.
The only chance Jackson has of having sex in Jamaica is if Lisa Ann pegs him. That's from the 314.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
I really do think you are.
I sure hope so. That'd be nice. Already going down to Jamaica in the middle of the winter to play some golf, it's already a W. That would just be gravy on top.
Yeah, with 5 members of the dais going, and I still am bullish on Iggy and the Plowhawk going. If you go, will the majority of the members of the dais engage in coitus in Jamaica? And I think the answer is yes. That gives me a berth in case Iggy decides to lay there.
1, 2, 3, 4. That means 2 of the 4 of us have to get laid.
There are 5 members of the show.
Yeah, and you said the majority. And, you have your wife there, so that's...
And Plowhawk has his...
Oh, that's true. So one of us 3.
I'm going to be slaying.
So one of us 3, and it's...
Yeah.
Well, Doug won't. He's a married man.
Don't look at my direction.
I won't be looking, so it's up to you, Jackson.
Yeah, but it gives me a little equity in you on the off chance somebody wants to Roger.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody comes up to me, there could be couples that won't.
What's your room number?
There won't
be laying on the bed.
Absolutely dreaming if a couple comes up to you.
Well, it's
hey, we're
happened
here on our
before. Now,
honeymoon.
granted, that was hedonism, but this isn't hedonism. But a resort's a resort. There's swingers everywhere.
I don't know about that. I don't know that a resort is a resort. I think some are vastly different than others.
No, a family resort. This is an adult-oriented resort, so there's probably some couples out there that, and I may be a commodity there. There might not be a lot of single gentlemen there.
Doubtful?
Yeah, doubtful.
If you were looking for that, wouldn't you just go to Hito down the road?
Well, it's 3.5 hours, so it's not really down the road.
But you fly there anyway. You're going to go one place or the other.
Well, I don't know. I can't speak for them. Maybe they don't want all of that sexual energy, but they would like to dabble. Let's go ask this guy if he wants to have sex with us.
And you would be the guy to ask.
Well, I'm not saying it would, but there's that chance.
Yeah, sure.
You said the majority. That's 2 of 4. Well, there's 5 people on the show. Right, 2 of 4. What the F am I listening to?
Oh.
Doug, that's from show ombudsman Brian Henson.
He wasn't happy.
I forgot that Plowsy's bringing Madison. So the majority would be with Tim with his wife there, and there's 4 of us. That 2 of the 4 of us would have to get laid to make it a majority of the 5, dumbass.
Oh, come on now.
But I forgot Madison's coming, so that's a given. So that's already 2.
Right.
So we need one of
That's
the 3.
why I like my play.
Yeah, but I'm just explaining to Henshin, who doesn't get it. He's busy writing croquet.
He's writing about croquet in Indianapolis. I would think it's probably off season.
Yeah, it'd be tough. Frozen, we couldn't even get the
for the
wickets
rich.
in there.
The rich, they play inside.
Guys, what is the over-under on how long that virgin lasts in a threesome involving Lisa Ann and Jamaica? I'm putting 14.25 seconds. That's in the Orson Woods Wacko.
45 seconds at least.
Yeah.
That was the best sex I ever had, though.
Well, you'll probably see her naked. I mean, I'm sure she's not going to worry about putting a towel on when she gets out of the shower in front of you, so...
Well,
I want to make love.
I have some decorum. I'm not going to be, like, creeping around.
No, but say you're in the room and she walks out of the shower and boing, there it is. I mean, there's a chance you might get erect.
Ain't nobody in St. Louis worth on my sex level.
Guys, just imagine Jackson bringing his Austin Pettis commemorative cup up to the swim-up bar for refills while thinking of the next Donovan Mitchell stat line to spit at a last. That's from Carlos Spicy.
Pettis had trampoline hands. And he also had a big Mighty Ducks tattoo on the back of his neck.
That was nice, but was never hesitant to retweet some compliments following a 40-point loss.
Big time.
Josh Bob Bill, who introduced us to Doug, is it Rara Nups or is it Rara Nups?
I don't know. I don't.
He sent a picture of the 2 of them, Sky Bree and her together. He says, I'll set the odds of Jackson getting laid at plus 125. The Canadians are the ones to go for. They will be ready to hop in the sack. I know from experience, dude. That's from Josh Bob Bill. He's a Tampa.
Canadians. The Canadians are the one.
I didn't know that. The Canadians are frisky?
I wouldn't think so.
I would think like maybe French Canadians.
Is that right?
Why would they be any friskier?
Because the Canadians are having another off season?
I don't know, something about that French language. It's a love language, is it not?
Romance language is what they call it.
Right.
Well, they come from that cold weather and they get down there into the warm weather and they're just ready to go. When we did our show from Hito that April.
Hello, Vivian.
We had 4 girls from Canada came down just for the show. Because we asked them, he said, why would you come down here? Well, we were just searching around for things to do in Jamaica that might be fun, and we saw that the radio show was going to be there, and we said, hey, this might be fun, let's go there.
Sure.
And they hung out with us for like the whole week. They're posing.
Did you engage in coitus, bro?
With one of them, I did.
Did you? How was it?
Can you hear me good?
She was fine. I got a picture of them.
She wasn't the defenseman for the Canucks, was she?
I don't think so.
Oh.
There's a picture of all 4 of them standing behind us while we're doing the show, and they have like maple leaves over their nipples.
Oh.
Fun.
They were from Toronto. I've never jerked in a Playboy. They were sporting, but they came down for the show, so that just tells me that Canadian women are just looking for fun.
That does all Canadian women. Those 4 speak for the whole country.
I'm just speaking from going down there. They came down just to have fun with a radio show that they knew nothing about.
Hey, Virgin, how you going to handle taking a dump with your roommate in the room?
That's a very good question.
It's Orson Woods Wacko, and he's asking what we call pragmatic questions.
I'm sure they got some in the lobby. I can, if I need to do that.
Iggy, you think they have bidets?
I doubt it.
Doubtful.
I recall staying at a place in, it wasn't Cancun, just a little south of there. Is that Playa del Carmen? Is that right? Anybody nurse?
That sounds right.
And had a bidet in the room, and I'm like, oh, nice. They're inviting anal. They're wanting you to have anal. Isn't that what that says?
No, it's not what it's about.
It's a nice feature. I like a bidet. They're pretty cool.
That off.
You ever used one?
I knew that I had to have you inside me.
Hoffman has.
Fresh as a daisy.
I had an apartment in Miami once that had one.
That was when you were
Built
standing
in.
above Steve Aoki's dad?
Yes, yeah. Right next to the toilet. Every bit as big as a toilet.
You think it was a drinking fountain?
No, I did not think it was a drinking fountain, no.
They come in handy. I mean, you need them in places that have like nude beaches because people go to the bathroom, especially the women, they wipe and they can't see behind them. It's all stuck to the oil.
Oh.
You get a bidet, it washes everything off.
All stuck to the oil.
You got oil on you and you've been in the sun and then you wipe and then you got toilet paper hanging from your butt.
Oh.
A bidet takes care of that.
That's the only way to take care of that?
Well, you can't really look behind you to see if there's anything coming out of your crack.
Oh.
One lady walked around with like a piece just hanging there all day. Nobody told her. We just kind of let her go.
How long was the
so
piece?
hot at hedonism.
Man, that sounds...
She walked out
Let
of
me
the...
guess, she's 100 pounds overweight to begin with.
Yeah, she just walked out of the bathroom. She's walking by the mist pool, and we're all looking like, oh, should we tell her? No, let's see how long she goes. Just walking down toward the beach, big piece of toilet paper just hanging from her ass.
Oh, could you imagine what happened right before that, Doug? If it's that sticky?
Bill's here now.
So
Guys,
they comes in handy.
since you're over at the well-oiled Hubbard radio machine now, do you think the autographed books that are said to be sent as prizes from 2022 are going to be sent anytime soon? My book club is itching to dive into Chris Santilli's Chafing, Baby Aspirin, and Insulin, Hedonism in a Nutshell. Either get faster and more efficient or don't offer the service. Am I right, Plowsy? Thanks. That's from 1, 2, 3, 4. The majority. You got a wife, Tim, and also Madison is going in me. I'm a commodity.
Who is that?
1, 2, 3, 4. The majority. You got a wife, Tim, and also Madison is going in me. I'm a commodity.
Well, it's one of two people that sent that in. It's either Spicy Wiener, who I think won the Chris Santilli book and never got it because Rock took it.
Matt Rocchio has it down in the little one studio. Carrie Davis is reading it right now.
He was in charge of it, and then he never sent it, so I don't know where it went.
Why was Rock in charge of it?
Because he was sending stuff out. And I said, here, this goes to the winner.
He was in charge of your cameos,
threw it
too.
on him.
I'm going to text Rocchio and see if he has the book.
And if it's Swope, I have nothing to do with your Maitland Ward book. I gave it to Brian Gross from AVNs. He said, I will have her sign it and send it to him. He's got your address. That's all I'm doing is giving a guy an address. So if you don't get that, it's not my fault either.
No, you're in the clear on this one. Rocky, ever get you your cameo money?
Boy, we're going 2 years with you with this.
I'm just worried.
Don't worry about it. So I actually told him to have her sign it to Buck. So there you go.
No, we can do it.
There it is. Doug, any other questions?
Yeah,
I feel like
that
I've been
cleared that up completely. Yeah, no more questions.
I guess we'll send the books out with the golf video DVDs. I'm sure that's going to be the next text sent. And that was 100% Buck Swope.
I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to watching that. I've kind of forgotten what happened in the match.
Yeah, do we win?
We did win.
I think we really should.
What did we win on the 12th hole?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
7-6.
Or the 11th? No, 12th hole.
I can't wait to play them again when we can't find our balls in the
can't
rough.
possibly go as well.
I'll talk
No
to Joey.
way.
Well, no, we'll get our asses handed to us next time because he's going to be
Probably so.
pissed.
Yeah.
He's going to be out.
Revenge-minded.
Well, the guy that shot 62 a couple days before that, I think he made one birdie.
And with the pressure.
Well, he looked at us, I'm sure, was intimidated right from the get-go.
Thank you for saying that.
We're all commodities.
Well, and we took our time playing, too. He wasn't...
I thought we played about as fast as we could with 4 people. Right? Like, I don't think we dilly-dallied at all.
Well, let the viewers of the video decide.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Rocchio has issued a statement. He said, he's saying you have the Chris Santilli book and saying you were the one who was supposed to send it out. Is this true? He wrote back, it is not.
No, not true.
Well, he's lying.
Not true.
I gave him the book. I said, here's the address, or I don't know if Pete got him the address or whatever, but I say, here's the address. Can you mail it out? He was, because he was still, besides doing our board op, he got pushed in there because Plowsy got vacation.
And then Lucas, a poor young boy from Alton, was sexually harassed to
Yes,
the point
after
that he
a
left the
week.
industry after
I'll
3
be honest,
days.
it didn't
never
feel
the
like a
same again.
vacation at the
So
time.
poor Rock had to come in, and but he was still working downstairs, doing God knows what, but he was downstairs.
Being
And
held prisoner.
you're close to the stamps. So I said, here, when you get back downstairs, mail this. And I handed him the book. And the book disappeared.
My guess is it's still down there somewhere.
This segment of Iggy passes the buck and continues his perfect record of being able to dodge ever doing anything is brought to you by Engineer Design Facilities. That's from KG and O-Town. This KG and O-Town, Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep trying, buddy.
He's got his eye on your spot, I think.
I think he does. We've never had this kind of situation.
No,
in the
we
show's
have
history.
not. We sure have not. Wow.
Good luck to you. Keep throwing
I used to tell Jeremiah Crow, if you don't want my chair, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's all that's happening here.
Yeah, KG in O-Town wants your chair.
That's all right. Just keep throwing the TikToks up there.
I'm killing it this morning.
Clip that off.
You're having a big 223 already.
Yeah.
223. Yeah, you like that? It's 223.
I actually like that.
I took the 0 out, make it easy.
Yeah, I actually think I like that.
What does it mean?
It's the year now. It's not 2023. It's 223.
It's year 223.
I don't know that I like it.
I do.
I wouldn't like it. Oh, I cut my finger. Nice knowing you.
Oop, I took a soft poop. You're dead.
What?
Isn't that amazing? People die from diarrhea back then?
What's going on?
I don't know.
I guess
dysentery?
I guess we're talking about the year
Over my head.
223, I guess.
Wasn't there a year 223?
Mathematically, there should have been.
Sure. If we
They
started
skipped
at
that one.
0,
Oh, yeah, they did start at 0.
that's why you can't say it now. It's 2023. It's not. You're not that pressed for time.
I just misspoke. I left a 0 out.
Okay.
Why do Pepper and Jeannie not realize that there are 5 people on the show? Tim is 1, Jackson is 2, Iggy is 3, Doug is 4, Plowsy is 5. Also, Iggy will not be in Jamaica, so Jackson will have his own room. Thanks. That's from the Loomster.
Oh, well, that could
Doug,
be.
he was a Listener of the Year candidate in 2022.
I'm getting worried about my ass. I mean,
I'm not worried at all. If it comes, it comes. It doesn't, it doesn't.
You would almost prefer it not come, wouldn't you?
Kind of.
Wow.
So if it does come, you may tell us, no, I never got it.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I love that, like, the passport tracking is pointless. Either it's going to be one of two. It's processing or it's sent. Like, it doesn't give you a week by week, where are they at in the process. It's just, you look it up for a month and it said processing, and you maybe look it up one day and it goes, oh, it's out for delivery. Like, what's the point of having that type of service when the delivery is for 2 days? Like, I
don't know.
If they gave you more information on what step they were, and if they gave you an idea of maybe when they think they'll be done in sending it out, then I'm interested in tracking it. But you just type in all your information and go processing.
There can't
Here's
even
when
be
you
that
check
many-
with cash and it's processing.
There can't be that many steps. It's not like building a car where it's like processing. We're still working on the back seat.
No, I can't. This is like in my top 5 of scams now. Never been through a passport process, so it never crossed my mind this is an absolute scam.
I would bet UPS or Amazon, whichever one does it, probably delivers more than passports. The passport people do. But now that you can track it, like where it's at, it is 7 houses from you. It is 6 houses from you. And it shows a little truck moving. It is 5 houses from you.
Yeah.
It shows house by house. But a passport can't tell you where it is. Your passport just left Indianapolis, and it is
Well,
sitting
it would
in
have to have a
Kansas City or
GPS
something.
device on it to track it, so that they're tracking the truck there. They're not tracking the actual passport.
I mean, I'd just like to know if they
The
started.
passport's got to be in a truck somewhere, doesn't it?
Right. So it would have to be in the truck to get for you to know exactly where it is.
I don't care where it is, but I'm just saying it's.
I kind of
should
do
be
now. I'm financially invested into this.
How much you put into it, baby?
I think 198 total.
That's real money. That's
Yeah.
the reals.
Well, and the fact that Madison ticket was 5.
Madison already had a passport, correct?
Yeah.
So she's good no matter what.
Yeah, and we bought her flight, so yeah. So yeah, I'm $700
Oh,
invested
man.
into the trip right now.
Yikes.
Yeah, mine was 190.
She on the same flight as we are?
No, but what's funny is she flies out at the exact same time on the way back, but on different
Really?
Yeah.
On
So-
a different airline at the exact same time?
Yeah, so she flies United and American.
Because it was cheaper?
Oh, it was $180 cheaper what we did. So on the way there, I'm going to wait. She lands an hour after us, so I may take a separate bus.
I'm waiting too.
With Madison.
Yeah, because my son gets there about a half hour after.
Sweet, so we can wait together.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys at the resort.
Well, it's not. I
Well,
didn't.
now don't say that like, well, you guys are really going to struggle. I'll be
I mean,
there
it's
at
not
the
like
beach as a
4
commodity.
Guys, I would like to address something. Doug, this is glove blogger Tom Traven.
Okay.
On December 5th, Ken said that he started the passport process, quote, 5 weeks ago, end quote. It should be cause for concern since that is already more than the 6 to 9 week time frame. Thank you. That's from glove blogger Tom Traven.
What's your point?
He thinks it's not coming.
Comes, it comes. Again, I'm not worried about it.
I'm not sure you even want this passport.
All right, I'm going to look at mine again. I'm just going to track mine here. But I think Iggy's going to be good.
Matt Rocchio has issued another statement. I let him know that Iggy said he was lying about the Chris Santilli book. He says, I will survive that accusation, I dare say. It's Matt Rocchio from down the hallway.
Yeah.
And the Randy character, Kerry Davis.
I'm sure he will.
He's got his music to take his mind off things like that.
I said maybe you misremembered, but I gave you the book and said, and then he even put it. He put it in that shelf in that one room that I used to have a computer in. I had to babysit the lady's dog that time.
Oh, yeah.
And then I let it out, and she yelled at me. I said, I'm not a dog sitter.
No.
Take your dog out of here. But there was a cupboard up there, and he put the book in there.
Right there, he put it, yeah.
And then he said, I can't find the book.
We had a lot of books in
I guess he doesn't remember that. He doesn't remember saying, I can't find the book. I had it up here, and now it's gone.
You're supposed to read a book a day.
I read a book a day.
We have a theory here on what's happened to the passport. You guys think the you guys think the Iggy of government workers who works in the passport department might have handed off your finished passports to someone else to put in the mail, and they somehow forgot, and they got lost in a closet with a couple autographed books, a 360 machine, and a handful of Skull Candy headphones. Thanks. This comes from if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah.
1208 is when my check was cashed by the U.S. Department of the State.
1208 223.
222.
222.
Oh.
I mean, it's been 4 weeks now, right? It's been 5 weeks?
Something like that. Don't you think it'll just come any day now?
But this is why I hate it, just in process. For a month, the only thing that it can tell you is that it's in process.
Yeah.
I wish they said, hey, we're on step 3 of 4. We're putting your picture on the pamphlet. It'll be out next week. Perfect.
Well, you may have noticed recently that our federal government doesn't really work that well.
Holy hell, yeah, you're right. So, yeah, I guess I should have thought about that. The librarian gave me a lot of confidence. She said, I've been seeing people get it really quick. Then Tim got his really quick, so I got excited. I wouldn't say I'm nervous. I'm just super annoyed now that this is what's hinging me on going on a nice trip with coworkers.
I assume, though, if you and Iggy can't go, that we then just bring some 20-something bisexual females down in your place. I assume that's what we do.
I think Jessie, actually, when I talked to her yesterday, she was looking through a booklet that,
of the Plan B.
Eligible bisexuals looking for
hundreds of those on the fan page. I guess you just go through there and look and pick.
Yeah, do a raffle of some kind. Caller Buzz says, Plowsy, the only thing that worked for me was calling the Miami office. It sucked Doug's ass because I was on hold for 4 hours, but I talked to someone who did something to get it sent to me. Wow. Caller Buzz.
On hold that's a long time.
Yeah, you can pay me to stay on the hold for 4 hours.
There you go.
I was on hold almost that long once when I tried to drop my phone carrier. Tried to change companies for my phone. I got sent to Mexico a couple times. Yeah, it was every bit of 2 hours. They don't want you to drop your phone carrier. They make it just as hard as they possibly can.
Guys, it's pretty clear that either Ken has his passport already and thinks he's being a content king or didn't submit it and doesn't want to go. Thanks. It's from the ill side.
Well, it's not a content king. I'll be honest with you right now. You're not going to know if my passport came or not until you listen to the show Monday the 30th and see if I'm on it.
Wow.
Well, because I have...
Keys machine.
I'm not obligated to tell these people if my passport is here or not.
No, you're not. But we're interested.
Well, I'll let you know, but I'm not telling them. Your passport, I don't care. I'm not telling them.
No, you don't know them that.
If it comes, I'll be on the show. You can listen to that Monday and a Ziggy on if you're that worried about it. I don't need to tell you if my passport came or not.
Hey, guys, this is 100% what's happened. Iggy thought he could maneuver around the station, requiring him to attend the free Jamaica trip by making up a fake wedding commitment. But when that lie disintegrated, he made up another story about already applying for a passport as another cover that will give him plausible deniability when it inevitably does not arrive in time. That's from Big Tough.
Think what you think. I don't really care. It's not a prerequisite that I go.
Guys, I bet that rotting bowl of cookie dough would have a fire lit under his ass if Learn said she was going. It's from the Worse Than What's Whack.
Oh, yeah, what if Learn went?
I actually sat here in the studio one day when she was sitting in here, And we were talking about the passport, and then I didn't want to go. And I said, why don't you just go in my place?
Why doesn't she go with you?
No, I said, just go. I said, I don't want to go. She says, you really don't want to go to Jamaica? I said, no, why don't you go in my place? You can go.
What'd she say?
I don't think she can take off work from her show.
Oh. But
I was willing to say, if Lauren would have said, if I can get off, I'll go. She can go in my place.
Well, all the equipment will be down there. She just could have used our equipment later in the day.
Well, and she could have taken Tim, because, you can take somebody.
Her husband, Tim,
I'm not sure.
our Tim.
Yeah, I'm not sure Tim can get off work, but not everybody can just take 4 days off of work to go to Jamaica.
Man,
I offered for her to go instead of me.
They do offer that quick one there in Chicago, but I've heard it's super expensive.
To drive up or fly up there, do it same day.
$600, I think, is what I heard.
But you've already paid almost $200 for this one.
Well, yeah, but like what?
So you go get another one, and then you'll have another passport. You'll have 2 passports.
Well, we're kind of leaving. I mean, like, I'm going regardless. I can't just not go. I mean, it's a work thing, and right? Like,
well, you can't go without a passport.
Well, Doug, I get that. I'm saying like that would be the option would be to go and get the immediate one. Correct? I mean,
yeah, you make a weekend out of it. Just drive up, have a nice weekend in Chicago.
No, that's $600 and could ruin my weekend. I'm not gonna stay. I'm not gonna get that passport and then stay in my $450 a night hotel.
Yeah, you'll be eating water
and just
that week.
crying, and then drive back on fumes. So no, I don't think I will go that route unless I absolutely need to.
You can fly to Chicago for about $100 now, can't you?
Really?
Used to be able to.
I feel like the time you get to the airport, check in, go through TSA, fly, it's like the same length.
Yeah, just about the same.
Like, I guess it's easier, I guess, but...
I went to cover a Chicago Bears game once, and the photographer drove in a Jeep with all the equipment. We left the station at about the same time. He drove, I flew. He was there at the hotel waiting for me when I got there.
Wow.
Yeah. Because also, like, getting from, if you're going to O'Hare to downtown Chicago isn't necessarily easy.
Yeah.
You got to take the train or an Uber.
Well, I wouldn't need to check a bag.
Hey, guys, I just want to make sure I heard this correctly. Quote, it's not a prerequisite that I go, end quote. It's great when my employer gives me an assignment at work, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just not going to do that. But my coworkers can. Thanks. That's why I'm team KG and O-Town. Big Tough.
Wow.
Big Tough's coming for everybody today, Doug.
He's voted for Bear. That's what he is. You're so upset with it, you're speechless now.
I'm tired of it. I mean,
respond.
You won't even miss me if I'm not there.
I will.
Why do they care?
Iggy, the trip wouldn't be the same without you.
Yeah, you're Mr. Jamaica.
You're Mr. Jamaica. You're right.
Well, I'm Mr. Hito. I've never been to a sandal, so I don't know.
Imagine Mr. Hito competition.
And as you get older, it gets more boring. I mean, I used to love laying in the sun. Now it's just,
when's the last year you were there?
I'm just bored. I haven't been to Jamaica in a while.
So then you don't necessarily know what it's like being older there.
Well, I know what I like to do now. It's just basically nothing.
I would think it'd be more boring to go sit around in your apartment than to go on a trip to Jamaica.
No, I'm a homebody. It's just the hassle of packing, driving to the airport, going through customs, waiting at the airport 2 hours before. All of that. It just gets monotonous.
Huh.
As you get older, that's...
Well, that sounds like maybe someone 20 years older than you are now.
No.
I think you're too young to just give up on it.
I'm not giving up. I'm just saying it's not as much fun as it used to be going on trips abroad.
Yeah. Well, nothing's as fun as it used to be because everything used to be new and you hadn't done it before. And it's exciting. You had more energy.
Once you get off the plane, it's, 85 degrees. And, nice and warm. But then you have to get back on the plane, go through customs, get back to the airport. It's 20 degrees.
You're really down on this little trip.
I'm not down on it, but I'm just tired of people calling in. Yeah, it's a station thing. You got to go. You're poo-pooing it. No, it's not.
It's not a
Jesse
station
was
thing?
kind enough to get this done so we could all go play golf and broadcast a couple days at Sandals and, put their reps on throughout the day and promote the golf course and the hotel. It's fine. But it wasn't like we planned this thing in June. It came to fruition like the beginning of December.
Was it possible that when we go down there, you could get a day pass to Hito and strut around?
It's a
show your
3.5
stuff?
hour drive to Hito.
Yeah, so
perfect.
Get up around 6. You'll be there by
Again,
9:30, 10.
don't really care.
Doug, Walrus number 1 is on? TMA Walrus number 1 is on. The Steve Schmidt Kiev North County phone line. Plowhawk is exasperated.
Do we have a number 2?
Doug, what are the Walrus situations?
I don't know. This is number 1. Hello, Walrus.
Yes, TMA Walrus number 1. You're on the Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone lines here.
Morning, boys. How's everybody doing?
We're fine.
TMA Walrus number 1.
Good. Hey, Plowsy, I just wanted to call and check in on your pup. How's he doing after surgery?
Good. Stitches are out. Doing a little bit of running and tugging. Doing about 10-minute walks outside. So rehab is going great.
Good. Glad to hear.
Appreciate it.
I told my wife about your dog. She loves pit bulls. We both do. So we keep hoping to see you at like Barcade so we can say hi. But
we're
glad
members.
He's doing good.
We're members of Barcade. You know that.
Yeah. That's a great place to go. I don't know, Jackson. You might want to go scan for tail out there.
Yeah, that's actually a good play. You don't really need a dog necessarily.
I don't like dogs.
You don't have to like dogs to go there, man. You just sit and drink and watch the show.
Yeah, there's non-dog areas.
At the dog park?
Yeah.
Non-dog areas?
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
It's a good place, man. I'm telling you.
I have friends who go there all the time.
You can't dance topless.
Well, then I'm out.
Yeah.
Do they have the Tigers on?
Yeah. They have all kinds of games in there. Been going. Well, my wife and I, we love just to go and sit at the table and look at the dogs come. It's really nice. So, but yeah, hopefully we'll catch you out there. But I'm glad everything's okay. Iggy, man, I want you to go to Jamaica. I think you deserve the trip to Jamaica for everything you do for TMA. I think you should be there.
That's a wonderful comment from TMA Walrus number 1.
But I deserve nothing. I mean,
I think you do.
I just do what everybody else does on the show, and
I honestly believe this, that once the Cat and Plowsy furloughed themselves, you're the one that really picked up the torch and kept it going. So without you, there's no TMA, AD, so you definitely deserve to be there.
well, it'll be a fun trip whether I go or not.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm 100% sure I'm going. There's no way my passport will not get here, but you won't know that until January 30th. But thank you for the compliments, though.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You should be there, though. I'm not one of those guys that's going to do the whole passport. I got mine, whatever. I will just tell you a quick little anecdote.
Okay.
This was 15 years ago. I applied for my passport and I applied for my tribal membership card, and I got my passport like 5 months before I got my tribal card for some reason.
What is a tribal membership card?
Indian tribe.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
What does that get you?
I don't know.
Please say Guardians.
Nothing.
It gets you nothing?
No, because I live in St. Louis. If I lived down by Oklahoma City, I'd get more because that's where my tribe is. But Oklahoma is a terrible state, so I don't want to go there.
Why is it a horrible state?
Boomer Sooner.
Yeah.
That's just. Have you ever been there?
Yes. Yeah, my brother lived in Tulsa for years. It was nice.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I got friends that told my wife's from Oklahoma City. It's just a trash place. We just don't like it. So this is St. Louis is a jewel compared to like Oklahoma, if you can believe it.
Well, okay. But some people like some things, and some people like other things.
I guess. But Doug, you did take a subtle shot at me unknowingly just a little bit ago.
How's
because
that?
I happen to work for the government.
Yeah.
And you're right. We don't really do anything.
No, I can tell.
No, and so thanks to you and all the rest of the taxpayers for making a call to a stupid radio show.
Yeah.
So thank you.
What are you
everybody.
supposed to be doing?
I work for the National Archives.
So what are you supposed to be doing?
I'm looking up information for people.
Well, could you look up Plowsy and Iggy's passport information?
I can't do that. I don't
Hurry
have
that
access
along.
to that, unfortunately.
I was just about to ask if you could do that.
Yeah, if I could, man, I'd do it and I'd expedite it for you guys. But unfortunately, I can't do anything.
Well, you must know somebody.
I don't know anybody, Doug. I know Tim.
See if you can find Gail Volva.
Doug Gail Volva, St. Mary Magdalene Brentwood.
Actually, Gail Holva, but.
Actually, though, Iggy, I was going to message you because I do more with like, well, I'll just message you, but I can find your uncle that he said served in World War II. I probably could help you out there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't. I was at Jefferson Barracks. God, probably toward the end of the summer. I went out there to see my mom and dad, and I didn't get a chance to go by my grandma and grandpa and my uncle's grave. So, yeah, just see if you can find any information on World War II.
Yeah, I'll message you. I'll get to get his name and everything, as much information as I can. But,
Yeah, I'd like to have that on my dad, too. A lot of those records got burned in that fire on Page Avenue years ago. Remember that?
Yeah.
You old enough to remember that?
I'm not. No.
They used
I'm
to store
too
a
young.
lot of military records from all over the country in a big building on Page Avenue. It burned, and they lost many of the records of soldiers from the past.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You can still get some information though. Yeah, they're still around.
Yeah,
but
Thank you.
anyway, just want to say hi to Flatsy. Want to check up on your.
Doug, ours is the
Tim,
kind
you're
of
the best.
show where
You're
friends
the
feel they can drop by at any moment. Isn't
Appreciate it, Walrus.
Yeah,
Just let
TMA
the
Walrus number 1. Don't be a stranger. What a lovely
All right, take
what a
care.
lovely little phone call.
Nice little call, Walrus.
Yeah, that's why the sound story is so good. Because I've said before, I never talked to my grandma or grandpa about life in the Depression and about my Uncle Donnie who died in World War II. I never really talked to my dad about being in the Korean War. All he ever told me is I asked him one time, I said, "You ever kill anybody over there?" He goes, "I killed more people with my cooking than I did with my rifle."
How about that?
So I never really talked to him about any of that stuff. I wish I would have.
So the charcoal house was a killing field?
No, in Korea. He was like one of the mess hall cooks in Korea. And that was his joke. I killed more people with my cooking than I did with my rifle.
Okay.
I don't think I don't know. I never talked to him about Korea.
Good morning. My ex-fiance was a hooker from Tulsa. Used to toss my Sally on the reg. A lot of fire below. Reverse trombone. Would finish like a Super Soaker 5000. Thanks. That's the recovering alcoholic from Belleville.
Reverse trombone.
Well, even before your wife, you had trouble.
A reverse trauma. Wouldn't that hit the guy behind you?
I don't think you want to know.
Oh.
TMA Walrus number 1. We enjoyed his call. The text inbox did not.
Oh, they didn't like him.
Why?
Hey, TMA Walrus number 1, take the fork out of your mouth and shove it in an electrical outlet. Get off the effing air already. Doug, that's from 2020 Fan Page Club Championship winner Aunt Peg. Hey, Walrus, become one of the archives of this country and step into a bathtub with a plugged-in toaster. That's from Lance Painter, who didn't seem that angry when he was pitching for the Cardinals, but now just really
not happy at all.
not happy.
That's a nice little call.
This guy's canned laughter at his own jokes is comical. That's from Flip Wilson. Well, there it is. You just can't call into the show.
No,
He didn't even take
you
a
can't
shot
please
at
anyone.
Didn't take a shot at you at the end sexually. Just a nice little call.
It was a nice little call. We welcome nice little calls.
You could call and say, "Hello, everyone. Hope you all have a pleasant day. Goodbye."
Get this
And people-
mother effer off
Get
the
him
air.
off. Get him off.
Guys, is this TMA all day because we heard this joke about cooking, killing people last week in between the Sinbad interviews? From General Horseplay.
Well, it was a joke by my dad, so thanks for liking it. Jesus Christ, you people.
Doug, we've got a frustrated segment of the day today.
Right.
It's unfortunate because it's Friday, and today was a day where we were supposed to go slutting. I had planned on going slutting.
Where, in here?
No, at Ronnie's. I was already out there
Oh,
at 6 this
right.
morning.
There can't be that much of a crowd at Ronnie's at 6.
With my new whip from Munganez, there
That
was.
brought him in, I
They
guess.
have breakfast before they go to Lindbergh High School.
Yeah, flyers
At
fly.
Three Kings?
Oh, at Ronnie's.
Ooh. No, they
Give me
just
those
bring their
Three
breakfast
Kings
to meet in the
wings.
parking lot.
Oh,
Doug, you ever those Three Kings wings?
Really
I don't
good.
think
They're
so.
huge.
Oh, my
are
God.
they huge?
Yeah, they're massive.
They are so good, though.
Yeah, really good.
Holy
Crispy.
moly. With Lisa Ann on his wing, Jackson will have absolutely no trouble with scoring in Jamaica. He'll need an ice pack on the flight home. That's from the Navy Blue Road Cap.
I hope that's not the case.
I don't think there's any doubt. I guess here's the thing. Here's the variable, Doug, and this is what I've been trying to calculate. What is the clientele? That's why I asked Iggy when he was doing his research last night if he saw anything on the demographic. Because if there are single or divorced or just sporting women in their 20s, 30s, 40s who see a young 24-year-old with Lisa Ann, I think Jackson's getting laid. But if it's an older demographic, then that might not be happening. I just don't know what the demographic is. I have no idea.
From what I've read, it's definitely not a singles place. It's a couple's place.
All
It's
right.
like a honeymoon,
Jackson, you might have to have an
honeymoon
MMF.
location.
Yeah, so like, what if there's a situation where, like, you know, a couple, they've been together for a while, things are getting a little monotonous in the bedroom, and, you know, they ask for the young bull.
Oh,
Clip that off.
gosh.
Wow.
Let's play that on Balloon Party.
Here I am.
That leaves you out.
Jackson's not a young bull?
I don't think he's a bull, is he?
Doug, is Jackson a bull?
I don't know. What
A young
defines
bull.
What
it?
about Jimmy the bull? Maybe he can go if
Yeah,
his
no, that
passport
was a
doesn't
bull.
I'm out.
He's a bull.
You'd be more an otter.
My fantasy.
My friend.
There he is, Jimmy the Bull. Right there. My fantasy is to be bedded by Woodrow Wilson.
A bull never gives up.
It's a niche kink.
He has the potential to be a great bull.
What pre-Depression era president would you like to be rogered by?
Grover Cleveland.
Millard Fillmore's always been my guy.
Doug's a bull.
Doug is a bull.
He is a bull.
I think Taft would be a bottom or a top.
A bottom.
But yeah.
He'd have to.
Well, everybody agreed immediately on that.
No, he'd kill somebody.
He'd break your ribs.
It's Sandals, I think. Jackson's best shot is a hot wife situation. That's from Josh Bob.
I'm saying. Young bull.
Young bull.
Get me out of the pen.
Nice, man. This guy's ready to go. I'm telling you. I'm betting it.
You'll
The
have
majority of the dais will have sex in Jamaica. My bet. Anybody want any action on it?
No.
The problem is we can't prove it.
Yeah, you can never. And that's the thing is people won't buy anything, like unless they're there or like KG No Town shoots video of it. It's just not gonna. People just won't buy it, which is fine.
KG in O-Town texting in, do an Instagram search for pictures posted from Sandals Ocho Rios.
Oh, good call.
And that'll tell you what kind of clientele's there. Man, this KG in O-Town, Doug. He's a problem solver.
I should have come up with that. Let's take a look.
Well, none of us cared to look.
Well,
I want to search, I'd search. I really don't care.
Nothing is hotter to a swinger couple than a wispy-haired 20-something that is so pale that you can see his internal organs when he takes his shirt off.
Yeah.
Is that the case?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, SPF.
You're a walking X-ray.
Yeah, I am translucent. I'm SPF 1000 is what I'm bringing down. That's most of my luggage will be sunscreen.
Let's see. KG in O-Town is sending in some of these pictures. I don't know. Some of these people look younger.
Yeah, but they're with a significant other. That's the
So
thing.
you're going to have to be a bull.
I'll have to be the young bull.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you go down, you're in a foreign country, and you experiment. And that's where I come in.
I would imagine you will break up several marriages while you're down there.
I'm not trying to be a home wrecker.
No.
I'm trying to improve the lives of everybody involved.
Right.
Very altruistic kind of expedition.
Yeah.
Me too.
I just look forward to sitting on my lanai with the
Let's say lanai.
I would assume it's a balcony. Less of a
cup of Blue Mountain Blend, cigarette, just relax.
All day?
A cigarette and a cup of coffee.
Like that's 8-9 hours worth of stuff?
No. I'm sure we'll be on the golf course and,
Man, are we going to stripe it?
the pool bar.
2 Tiger games while we're down there.
Oh, God.
There's like 10 or 11 swimming
There's
pools.
2 Tiger games? What does that mean?
Missouri plays Iowa State and LSU.
No, I won't watch that.
Be in the room trying to find ESPN.
Now, bring a laptop.
I would love to film you knuckle deep in some Jamaican Strange, but unfortunately the guy that wants to go ain't going. That's from KG in O-Town.
I think I'm going to be...
What do you mean, unfortunately? I mean, you don't work here.
Well,
Why would you go?
He ain't going to work here during the Jamaica trip, though. I think I am.
Oh, is he really?
Really?
Well, Tommy hasn't made it official. I told...
he's going to run the board, right?
Potentially, yeah. So
Wow,
if that is
Doug.
the case, I'm going to get
Little
him
trial run again for KG in O-Town.
do a little tutorial with him.
I'm sure he'll do great.
Leading up. Yeah, and
That'll
if
be
I
huge.
don't get my passport, I guess, there'll be 2 people on the board. Very efficient.
Yeah. Well, you can have someone here to talk with in case something goes wrong with the transmission from down there.
Well, Iggy will be here.
3.
My passport will be
It's almost a full show.
I'm not worried about my
We have more
passport.
people in the studio than we will have in Jamaica.
Yeah.
The white-collar gangster says, hire KG and let him take Captain Scrooge's spot on the trip. That's from the white-collar gangster. Doug, he's married to Townie. Remember Townie?
Yes, we love Townie.
Tawny. Oof.
Yeah, that's why I'm back
that was,
in the game.
That was Stedman-esque speed there.
Yeah,
Wow.
Stedman had 30 drops. So I have 15,000.
It's like a Bill Russell take.
Look, yeah, Bill Russell when playing against Plumbers, 5'8".
Right.
Hall of Famer nonetheless.
They weren't
but-
5'8".
Yeah, you can't compare.
Bob Pettit
bro.
was 6'9".
Yeah. Right.
Don't you dismiss Bob Pettit, Big Blue. Don't you do it.
Yeah, I'm not. Pettit good.
Guys, all Casper had to say about Jamaica is, quote, 2 Tiger games while we're there. Dude is definitely not getting laid. Thanks. That's from Plowsy's dog guy.
Well, I mean,
What up, Kyle?
it doesn't matter where in the world I am. I'm going to be watching the Tigers.
But you
that
should-
has nothing to do with me getting laid or not.
When you're on a beach in Jamaica, you shouldn't worry about that Iowa State game.
I got to tell you, yeah, man. Hey, to each their own. Doug.
They're
Some
ranked.
people like that. Some things.
Yeah.
They won't be.
But it won't be crossing my mind. Now, at the same time, the AFC and NFC championship games are going to be on, and I think we're an hour or two ahead when we're there. And I want to watch those. I really will. But it'll be like in the evening there.
1 hour.
So it's 1 hour. Is that what it is?
Yeah, they don't change their clocks back, so.
Well, Iowa State is a ranked team, and I want to watch the Tigers play. So that's just 1 or 2 hours. We'll be doing that.
What do they play, Saturday and Tuesday or something?
Saturday, and then is February 1st to Tuesday or Wednesday?
Doug, is February 1st to
Wednesday.
Tuesday?
I'll have to check.
I think
Tuesday.
It's a Wednesday, February 1st.
Yeah, so
We're coming back.
Yeah.
But they don't play till 8 p.m.
Well,
so
you can watch it.
okay, so only 1 Tiger game, and it's right when we get there.
We're watching porn and Boardwalk Empire, I think. I don't think I'll watch any sports when I'm down there.
I'm only going to watch 1 game.
I don't think I've ever turned a TV on it,
Because you're banging, brother.
And they had TVs. I never turned one on.
You were too busy in the sheets.
No, I can't watch TV when I'm on vacation.
No.
Right, I'm not trying to settle in. Just 1 Tiger game, and then I'm good.
Maybe just right before you go to sleep.
Boy,
Just to check the news, see if there's anything huge going on. And then get some shut-eye.
Not even that. I came back one year, and Jay and Balzer didn't tell me that they were taking the following week off. So I was gone for 2 weeks. Did not pick up a paper. Didn't check anything. Came in that day, and Paul Cook was in the studio.
Yeah.
Remember Paul Cook?
Sure.
I didn't know who he was. I says, "Excuse me, you guest?" "Hey, Iggy, Paul Cook here. Welcome back from the vacation. I'm filling in this week. We're gonna have some fun." Because he's got that radio DJ voice. And I said, "Where's Balzer and Jay? They're on vacation." What the hell am I going to talk about?
I don't know.
I have no clue what went on.
No.
I was on for 15 minutes, and I called my friend Nicola in Jamaica. I said, "Hey, come on for a half hour. Let's talk about the trip."
Nicola.
Yeah.
Who was he?
Tesla?
She was an EC.
She was an EC. What does that mean?
Entertainment coordinator.
Oh.
Didn't Tesla get married to a pigeon at the end of his life? I swear I've read that before. I know there's a non sequitur.
Married to a pigeon?
Yeah, he went insane and tried to marry a pigeon. I'm gonna look it up.
Maybe a stool pigeon.
Tim, if you're looking to do some slutting around tomorrow, come up to Grafton and we'll do some day drinking. That's from Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack, but not from his wife. It's from the guy.
Yeah.
Grafton's a nice area.
Doug, you want to go up and do some day drinking and slutting?
Right by Alton.
Yeah, you might see some bald eagles.
Yeah, this time of year. This is when they're there, isn't it? This time of year?
I think so.
Well,
But I wasn't invited. I'm never invited. So
No,
it's
you
Tim.
weren't. Just Tim.
Well, maybe the wife will invite you. Scott's the one who invites me.
Well, I would love to hear from her.
Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack's wife, call in 636-9004. Team. You can be the 4th caller of the year. So far, I think one of the 3 were met with compliments, and that was Jackson's father.
Which was nice to see. I didn't want to see anything bad about him. There was a couple people asking for his measurements, but that was to be expected.
Right.
Like how tall he is? He sounded very tall.
Not as tall as me. Not as tall as me.
You've met him.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you know how tall he is.
Well, I don't know exactly how tall he is. I've seen him, but I've never really put the measuring stick.
Well, I would guess 6'1".
He's my size, yeah.
Who the F is Peter Cook? And where's the damn golf video you played 3 months ago? That's from Aunt Peg, who won the Fan Page Club Championship.
I think I said Paul Cook, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I thought so. I'll talk to Joey today, see where we're at with it.
Get an update.
Tesla never married, but he admitted to falling in love with a very special white pigeon that visited him regularly.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
I love that pigeon as a man loves a woman, and she loved me.
Oh, come on.
Who's Tesla?
Nikola Tesla.
You're
The
Famous
one you had
inventor.
on when Peter Cook was in.
Famous inventor.
Oh, Nikola.
That was his first name.
His first name, Tesla's first name was Nikola?
I believe so, yeah.
I could get her on right now if we wanted to.
Doug, you want to get...
Why would we?
Well, but can we get the pigeon on?
Yeah, the pigeon's probably got some tales to tell.
She's always impressed when I text her on her birthday and say happy birthday, and I call her Fruit Loops because that's her favorite cereal.
You had eyes for this gal,
And she
didn't you?
goes, well, I flew her to St. Louis for a week.
Really? Did you engage in coitus?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And I said, I'll always text her and say happy birthday. She goes, Oh, my God, I can't believe you remember every year. Well, I'm not going to tell you, but it comes up on my Facebook page. It's your birthday.
Oh.
Wow.
Or else I wouldn't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's living in California now.
You had a thing for her. You like this one.
I believe she's dating women now.
Oh.
Really?
You turned her.
Well, we ought to get her on.
I can call her. It's a little early. I'll call
Doug,
her.
you want to talk it over with her?
I guess. I feel like we have to now. We'd be dropping the ball journalistically.
We got Fruit Loops on once, right? Didn't we have your friend Fruit Loops call in?
This is the same gal.
She might have.
She went by Fruit Loops?
Yeah, I remember.
It's her
she
favorite
calling-
cereal.
She kept like giggling in between every single sentence she said.
God, how the hell do you... I don't remember any of this.
I don't remember that either, but we could have.
Somebody,
I was
Winslow
on the
Weenpeaker just said she ate Fruit Loops, so we called her Fruit Loops, a nickname that just stuck. That's from Winslow Weenpeaker.
Yeah, I remember because I had to call her because I was producing, and I remember Fruit Loops. And it was like Iggy and her just talked, and we just all sat there.
It's fine. I have some things I need to work on.
Well, Tim wants to talk to her now because she might be a lesbian.
Yeah. That really does it for me still. I guess that's never going to end.
I'd like to find that segment. I don't remember that.
I don't remember it either. Probably because it was just you talking. The rest of us checked our emails. And
Well, that's probably what this would be. You guys don't know anything about her.
No.
I'll listen in for the girl stuff, then I'll move on.
Seems like a hell of a
Got
gal.
plenty of emails I need to tend to, a couple spreadsheets. Pockets and Fruit Loops, a couple of names that just stuck. What on earth am I listening to? That's from Fan Page Club Champion Aunt Peg.
Aunt Peg's having a big day. She's not happy with anything.
You could always ask that question, what on earth am I listening to? That would work almost every day here.
Hey, Hawk. Tim asked for something to be clipped off. Stop scrolling Twitter and write the damn time down. It's from the retired air marshal, who was the first caller of 2023.
Well, I wrote everything down, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Look at this notebook, bro. Like, I mean, come on.
It's a nice notebook.
I gave that to you. That was kind of like my present to you when you started doing drops. I said, here, take my drop book.
It's a nice book.
Hell of a present.
I love how we just, like, can't scroll through Twitter or anything.
No.
I don't get what. When
Cameras
was
give
that
us and they
ever a
take it
rule?
away.
God, I can't wait till the camera change.
Oh, you're not going to be on camera when we're in the new studio?
Not my computer screen. I absolutely cannot stand that. It's the stupidest thing ever.
I do get nervous about that too.
It's like annoying as hell. I looked at one Nike shoe one time, and I'm like shopping at a Nike outlet store for an hour. It's like 2 seconds. Anytime I look at porn star, I'm worried about that screenshot that's about to be posted. Some of them are guys.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I forgot what I looked up.
Tommy Pistol up for a bunch of awards this year.
Tommy Pistol.
Why isn't there always...
Sounds like a quarterback's nickname.
I think that's how most porn stars' nicknames are. They're kind of hockey /
Well, isn't there that one guy, Jermaine Dupri? Not Jermaine Dupri. Who am I
Marcus Dupri.
Marcus Dupri, yeah. Played for Oklahoma, Doug.
Jack of Spades.
Dating
Jack of
Autumn
Spades.
Falls, I believe.
Guys, Plowsy temper tantrums are my new favorite thing. We should get it sponsored. That's from Ray King. Anytime the rotten tennis ball gives a hot take or lies, he sits back and pulls down his 4XL quarter zip like he just did jumping jacks. I found his towel. That's from former President Ulysses S. Grant. Guys, did the phone mandate end for the new year? That's from the hillside.
Well, this isn't... I'm not on my phone. Like, what...
I'm getting a Facebook video request from somebody.
Well, accept it.
No, I
It
think
would be
he's,
better content than what we got going on now.
I think he's a listener, I think. Why would you do that during the show?
This is interesting. Totally separate text, but said it just a few texts later. Hey, Tim, does station management still want the phones down during the show? Or since it's a new year, it no longer applies. That's from Tony Baloney.
Look, bro, I'm on my desktop computer.
You are.
Like, if they didn't want me to have one, they wouldn't have two in front of me.
Wouldn't put them right there, no.
I mean, literally, we have to do this.
Ozzy's audible frustration really gets me going.
Like, what?
Here, let me sit back and pull this. There you go.
I like the idea of sponsoring Plowsy's Tantrums. Somebody should step up and get a sponsor. Not me, since I don't work there, but someone should. That's from KG at O-Town.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nobody asked you to do any of that.
He's just taking it under his own...
People want to hand me money, businesses, Boeing, Worldwide Technologies, Enterprise. I mean, I'll certainly step up to the plate.
You have to see any of those, have you?
Not a chance in any of those three advertisements.
They have not emailed back.
No,
about,
you have to see any of the sponsors he said reached out to.
Just number. I mean, they were real people. Now, in terms of
From the
what
fan
businesses, no, these are personal texts from D'Angelo when that whole thing started. So there was about 4 or 5 he sent me that were interested in sponsoring Pepper and Genie, but that is as far as I've seen it go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So it remains dead. It's dead in the
There
water.
will not be a Friday edition.
Oh, no.
There'll never be another edition.
No!
Well, don't say never.
What if the sponsors pour in?
If they come in and the station makes money, then I'll do it. But until then.
And we'll do whatever the sponsor wants. That's how we're whores for the industry.
Clip it off.
So, they can mold us to whatever show they want, and we'll do it.
Little Tommy Tribbins won 2022 Texter of the Year. Would love to go back-to-back, he said. And he says, here's a role play, Stony Boy. How would you react if Drinkowitz stood on the sideline at Fro Field and scrolled Twitter, then bitched during his post-game presser at fans who were unhappy that he was on social media during his job? That's from Little Tommy Tribbins.
Well, that means he wouldn't be calling plays, so the offense would probably be more efficient.
There you go.
You don't see a lot of that.
Don't come at me, bro. I got for days, man. Like, I'm witty enough. Come at me, please.
And I don't think Plowsy's making $6 million a year.
Or flipping recruits.
If I was, I'd scroll Twitter more. I'll get an extension.
You don't see a whole lot of head coaches playing with their phones on the sideline.
Not nearly enough.
Not paying attention to the game.
If there was one, it would be Drinkowitz updating a profile picture. I would assume Mary Flipmiss, coach at the third quarter, you're on 21. We got a 2-star from Wyoming. Mary Flipmiss.
Hey, guys, maybe one of those 3 guys that don't work for the radio station can get a sponsor for Plowsy's Tantrum. It's KG and O-Town, Buck Swope and Raby. This falls on you. That's from Big Tuft.
At least he knows.
The audience has finally broken producer 2 and producer 3. Plowsy is fed up with life, and Boots is a nervous wreck. The KG and O-Town's probably taking his spotlight. That's from the old Appleton stepdad. He just sits on that rocking chair in old Appleton.
Yeah, south of here.
Well, I'm not a producer, so give him whatever job you want.
You used to be. And when you go into the Hall of Fame, it'll be wearing a producer's hat.
Same with Swope. Same with Raby. They all do things that aren't asked to do, but they just kind of butt in and do it anyway.
Budinsky's, the 3 of them.
So keep doing what you're doing.
I love how they think, like, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything more.
Both of you are just fed up. You've had it at this point.
I'm not fed up.
I mean, I've been playing drops like an OG, and all I get in grief because I'm flipping through Twitter while these guys are looking at porn at their desktop computer at their cubicle. Come on. I need to be kept up to date.
You do. Yeah, absolutely you do. You need some filter on that computer screen where the people watching can't see what you're looking at, maybe.
At this point, I don't care.
No, I can see why you wouldn't care.
Plowboy, you should reward yourself and go to Andrea's Steakhouse.
Oh,
Iggy did it last week. I was talking to my wife yesterday about going there. And you need to find a wife. Andrea's Steakhouse, the meat that is famous in the St. Louis area, 6805 Old Collinsville Road in O'Fallon, Illinois. It's Andrea's Steakhouse. That sauce, so delicious. And was it you saying they were getting a barbecue sauce yesterday?
Yeah, Max told me they're coming out with barbecue sauce.
How do
And
you
as soon as
do?
they do, he's going to bring some by the station for us.
Oh, a treat.
Man, I got to get there. Got to get there. Next couple of weeks, I got to get there. Andrea's Steakhouse is online at Andrea's, ANDRIAS.com. It is choice. Take your significant other there. Go with a few couples. It's Andrea's Steakhouse in O'Fallon, home of that famous sauce. But if you've never dined there, you are missing out, and I got to get there to make sure that I am enjoying the festivities at Andrea's. Iggy was there last week, Doug. Iggy was there.
Raved about it.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, every time I go, it's, you're going to get a great steak, great atmosphere. The staff is so friendly. Our waitress was just the best. So,
All right.
yeah.
We will take a commercial break, close out this 7 o'clock hour at 8:35. It's presented to you by Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota. Appliance discounters, 8 o'clock hour coming up next. Send your emails in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, which comes your way in an hour and 10 minutes. Then Jackson. Pang's going to be on today, right?
Jackson.
There we go. 10:15 with Panger.
Okay.
Yeah, Panger.
He'll be happy after the win last night.
That was a nice one. I mean, what the hell's going on, Doug? They lose
You just
everybody, and then they
don't
go to
know.
play up in Toronto and in New Jersey, playing 2 damn good teams, and they win.
Last night was Bennington. He was just outstanding.
Benner, chicken dinner.
He
Was that
was really
38 shots he faced?
Something like that, yeah.
The
he
Blues
was
only
great.
had 19 or something. It's unbelievable. Third period. We'll take a break, come back with more. It's Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Win tickets to see Adam Sandler February 10th at Enterprise Center just by listening on the TMA app or at TMASTL.com.
Father literally
came to school one time my whole school career. He opened the door in the middle of the test, and I hear, "Where'd you put the rake?" I'm like, "What? You put it on the nail?" I think I did. You think?
Tickets on sale now, but you can win them now. Not to be repetitive, but just go to TMASTL.com to find out more and win. That's TMASTL.com. TMASTL.com. You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you, or fake you, or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Nothing says barbecue like Naven's Barbecue. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or a family gathering, Naven's Barbecue has an extensive menu for any palate. From slow-smoked Texas-style brisket to award-winning smoked chicken wings. All Naven's Barbecue is wood-smoked, and all their meat is from local and regional farmers. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook for daily specials and holiday meal packages. Stop by their location at the intersection of Grand and Arsenal in South City today for the best barbecue in the STL. Online at navensbbq.com. That's NAVINSBBQ.com.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. Want to see Leonard Skinner and ZZ Top? Get the TMA app or go to TMASTL.com. Sign in, sign up, and win. Leonard Skinner and ZZ Top, the Sharp Dressed Simple Man Tour with special guest Uncle Cracker, August 17th at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now. Find out how to win at TMASTL.com.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert, is with us. Ryan, rates are still going up. Is it a good time to buy a house still?
Absolutely, Doug. It truly is. We have a saying at the Home Loan Expert office. You marry the
house, you date the rate. You know, you fall in love with the house. You're going to be there for a while. But the mortgage, you're probably going to refinance that along the way. Let me give you a great explanation of how this is a perfect time to buy a home. Let's say the house is for sale for $400,000. A year ago, with multiple offers, you might have had to spend $450,000 or $475,000 to buy that house. But now, in officially a buyer's market, you might be able to get that same house for $350,000. So homes are selling for less, and that's great. Now, mortgage rates are up, but don't let that scare you. Again, you marry the house, you date the rate. Mortgage rates will come back down at some point, and at thehomeloanexpert.com, we will refinance you with no fees to help keep that payment down. So again, it's a great time to buy a home. Don't let a little higher interest rate scare you. We'll refinance you without fees when the time's right. So, got questions? Ready to get pre-approved? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com.
Celebrate all your college and fantasy teams' Tully touchdowns this weekend with Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. May your team be swift and their aim be true. May the refs be forever in your favor and your whiskey always Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew, the original triple blended, triple distilled, smooth sipping Irish whiskey, made exactly for game day moments like this. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Imported by William Grant & Sons Incorporated, New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
On KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Oh, baby. I wonder why she doesn't look at me that way.
She's cross-eyed.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Because she's looking for a girl.
Ooh.
Oh.
But I'm fine with that.
It was a simpler time here.
Yeah, it was. Hard to believe this song's 25 years old, isn't it?
I don't really think about it that often, really.
Does that mean Nick Lachey is like 50?
If this had come out last week, I would say...
I'm going to say Nick Lachey, Doug, is 49. You want the over or you want the under? Or you can play 49. Play
I'll say 48 and take the under.
Okay. Plowhawk, you want to make a play?
51.
Jackson.
Jackson.
54.
Oh, under on that. Maybe I'm wrong. Iggy.
He's not here.
Yep. Let's see what we got.
He wasn't even outside when I was outside.
49.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
I'm dangerous, man. I'm dangerous. I'm uncomfortable with my power. I'm uncomfortable with it.
As long as you use it responsibly.
I feel like I do.
You think you could get a job at one of those carnivals, guessing people's ages?
I've been looking to get into the carnival industry.
Yeah,
that'd be a fun game.
KG in O-Town is back, although I feel like I should wait for Ricky to read this. Hey, guys, purely for research purposes, during your commercial break, I went down a few flights of stairs, smoked a heater, walked back up, and still got back by the time you restarted. Like I said, purely for research purposes. That's KG in O-Town. This guy's coming hard.
He really is. He's identified the spot that he wants to replace, and he's putting all his energy into that. Iggy's not going to like it. But he's not here to defend himself. No, can't get back in time.
I didn't see him when I went to the little wizard's room. Somebody was in the one that I usually use, and then I went down the hallway, and it's a longer trek.
Well, there's every possibility that he's wandered into a different studio.
It is.
Remember when we first got here for like a month, he couldn't figure out which direction to go when he walked in, right or left.
That's hard. Usually after you do it once, you kind of get it down.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ken Strode is back. Plowsy, you're having a great day. Oh, what's going on? But you leaned into the microphone to talk.
It's almost time for the 9 o'clock break.
Nice. Plowsy, you're having a great day. Keep up the good works. Just please make sure you get that Vinny Favorino loaded up to play nonstop this weekend. I have some home improvement projects needed to be done, and I'll need some good entertainment. Doug, was that Vegas' #1 comedian who was in and just berated all of us?
Yeah, he really let us have it.
Yeah,
It was
he
Vinny
went after
something.
me, but like the joke's on him. Wasn't he playing like a retirement home at Sunset Hills?
A banquet center.
Isn't that Travolta's character in Welcome Back, Kotter?
I don't recall. That was Vinny
Barbarino?
Barbarino. Vinny
Barbarino?
Barbarino.
What did the texter say?
Favorino. That was Scott Sprinkled Ballsack, but not his wife.
Oh.
If his wife texts in, I guess I'm going day drinking tomorrow in Grafton.
Oh, I guess, was that an invite? I didn't hear my name, but...
Well, it's possible she could go without you.
But I'm the one that said I would go have some cocktails in Grafton if she was there.
Yeah. Well, she's going, apparently, but not too concerned whether you're going, which is unfortunate.
If she would say, Iggy, meet me for cocktails tomorrow, I would go to Grafton.
But she's not saying that.
Doug, the good news is callers are calling into Mike Francesa's show, and they have happy... Yeah, your side. If somebody said Happy New Year to you now, you'd probably be angry as a hornet.
Oh, hell yes.
Mike Francesa leads off this appliance discounters 8 o'clock hour that gets underway at 8:47. Here he is.
Bill in Northport. What's up, Bill?
Michael,
Yes, Bill.
first time, long time. How
What's
you
up?
doing?
Good. What's up?
I just wanted to wish you a Happy New Year. I didn't get through over the holidays.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Well, that's timely. That's good. Thanks. I'm glad you didn't wait till July.
Yeah, well, better late than never.
Okay.
I want to talk about the Yankees. I think that we really should go after Pujols, and we got to get rid of Jeter. He's getting fat.
All right. So you wasted everybody's time to call up and be a total dope.
Oh.
Colin in Wyckoff. What's up, Colin?
Where? Wyckoff?
I like the cities. It adds a lot
makes them
to
up.
it.
The townships.
I think he makes them up.
Can't we do that? Do we know the cities that people are calling in from?
TMA Walrus #1 calling in from Huntley.
I want to know the cities.
Wyckoff's an area in Brooklyn.
Well, it just sounds
But
made
why
up.
don't we have areas for our callers?
We don't have parishes and boroughs.
We have cities.
Yeah, but they.
Colin in Wyckoff. What's up, Colin?
Yeah.
He has a real understated disdain for the people calling in to talk to him.
Even though that was like basically his entire show for the last 10 years of it.
But you notice athletes, where they're from, they don't name little townships. Like I've always wondered, and I've asked Pete Weber, but whenever he made a TV show, it would say St. Anne, Missouri. Nobody says St. Anne. Why don't you say St. Louis?
You say St. Anne if you're in St. Louis. If you're outside of St. Louis, you say St. Louis.
During the World Cup, both Josh Sargent and Tim Ream had said O'Fallon, Missouri, did not?
Yeah, I just say St. Louis.
Well,
most athletes don't do it. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm not from Broken Heights, Arizona.
Broken Heights.
Yeah, Bambrook, or whatever these made-up names he's using.
Stephen Bambrook. He's always exhausted by the time he gets the township out. You hear that? He exhales like just went up a flight of stairs.
I'm telling you, man, my uncle lived in Jersey forever. Loves Francesa. Loved him. Not ironically either. Like, legitimately loved it. Listen all day.
Maybe we can we just take phone calls on 101 today? Can you imagine what that would be like?
Do you ever take phone calls on 101?
You can't.
You don't.
They leave mic drops.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
Stephen Wildwood shines bright like a diamond.
That started right when 101 started. They decided, because all the other sports stations took just stupid calls. Yeah, I got a trade proposal, man.
I'd like a trade proposal.
So they made the good choice. No, just tape your things, and then we can decide what we want to listen to. If your taped take sucks, we don't play it. If it's a good one, we'll play it. That was actually a great decision. I think that's probably a Barrett thing.
Oh, you're giving Barrett a compliment.
Huh.
Well, it was a good decision. Nobody wants to take stupid phone calls.
We love stupid phone calls.
Well, that's our show. 101 ESPN is very professional. They do have real sports takes and real sports guys on there.
And what are we?
Well, we don't talk a lot of
Posers.
sports on here. Well, we don't talk. When we do talk sports, I think most of us break it down well. I'm not putting myself in there. But we're not a sports show. But they're all sports shows over there. So I get they're not taking the stupid calls. Yeah, I think we probably trade Stubby Clapp for Kershaw, man. What do you think? Nobody wants to hear that.
I'd like to hear it.
I'd like to trade the first base coach for Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah.
Well, back
Be a
in-
nice deal if you could
back
swing
in the
it.
days when Stubby Clapp actually had a cup of coffee here before he got sent back down.
Well, I'd hate to see us lose Stubby Clapp.
Can we get Pop Warner for Shohei Ohtani?
There are literally people that think we're trading for Mike Trout or Shohei Ohtani, or there's going to be a big trade in the works. And that really makes me laugh.
I'd like to have Ohtani.
All I have to give up is Pop Warner.
Yeah, really.
Cardinals.
Give him all the coaches.
I like Jim Bowden, but I think half the stuff he throws, he's just throwing stuff at the wall.
0.11% payroll increase.
Because he said yesterday, somebody
Perfect.
posted one of his tweets that my sources tell me the Cardinals aren't done. They have someone in mind, but they won't tell us who it is because it might hurt the trade. Oh, really? Come on.
Not exactly breaking news there.
No.
Yeah, the team is so much worse than last year.
You could probably say that year-round, that the Cardinals have another player in mind, but they can't tell you who it is.
Yeah.
I was reading Ben Frederickson's column this morning. Anybody read Ben Frederickson's column this morning?
I did not, no.
You did? Nurse? Anybody in the days?
Mm.
Okay. Let's see what the column was. People under pressure in St. Louis area sports in 2023. Doug, I know you love a good guessing game. Would you like to guess who was on that list?
Under pressure.
Under pressure.
Probably John Mazalok is always under pressure.
I'm gonna count that. He says Bill DeWitt Jr.
What pressure is there when you're the owner? Of the
That's how it started. He said, "How much pressure can the Cardinals chairman really be under? He's the boss, after all." Fair question, but when loyal Cardinal fans hear from the president of baseball operations multiple times that the payroll is going to go up and the only impact addition this offseason has come at a position of absolute need, and the National League's heaviest hitters are doing whatever it takes to stockpile talent, and the Cardinals have been knocked out of 3 consecutive wild card settings without a single win in the NLCS since 2014, and, well, you get the point. Fans are desperate for another meaningful postseason run, and it's not just the social media rabble-rousers who would like to see more signs of impatience from the tip-top of the team. There you go. Plowhawk, you probably agree word for word with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure keeping those money counting machines, going. 0.11%.
That's why I just cannot believe, but I feel like there's a third straight offseason where I've been the guy saying, I can't believe they won't do anything. And then just, they don't get me wrong, they got Contreras, but if the whole premise was that we're going to up the payroll, I'm operating the bets. I've got a bet with Jackson on it. Well, I've got a bet with Jackson on they'll add a bat, but it can be any bat.
Look, the rotation's funny because I love Adam Wainwright. Our ace is 42. We have 3 other guys coming off injuries with Matz, Flaherty, and Hudson, and then we have Michaelis. And
Montgomery?
Yeah, I guess take Hudson out of the equation. I don't know who ain't going to be the odd man out there. Just a lot of guys in the rotation. Yeah. And our ace is literally 42 years old.
I'm shocked they let Pittsburgh get Rich Hill before they did. He's only 42.
Not signing Quintana, which is stupid, especially with
that
what he got.
Me, yeah.
It's so dumb.
He was really good here.
What do you get, like $11 million a year, $12
million?
And
it flew under the radar that day because it was the same day that they signed Contreras. Doug, a guessing game. Who else is on? I'll give you the number of people on the list.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've gotten 1.
How about Doug Armstrong?
Yeah. Doug Armstrong is on the list.
Okay. I'll tell you who should be on the list, but probably not because SLU doesn't care. Travis Ford.
Travis Ford is on the list.
Yeah, this is his last year at SLU, too. That sucks. I like Travis.
How do you know it's his
last year? I
last
don't think
year?
that's the case.
Oh, the team is all coaching issues. It's
disagree
free throws.
wholeheartedly.
Jackson and Plowhawk are going to have a little basketball
I watch a lot.
debate,
Look, Jackson, I get it. Back, but I have watched a ton of SLU games. There is so much talent. That's a coach. That's a coach thing, man.
They run great offense. They run great offense.
Yeah, the free throws are on that.
That's on the players. What can a coach do to make someone make a free throw?
Teach him how to shoot it.
I just don't know any great coaches that have teams shooting 50% from the line. I could be wrong, but I don't see any Bobby Knight, Coach, Kay, Izzo. I don't see any of those teams shooting 50% from the line. So you can say
they all have better players, those schools.
Dude, SLU has 4 stars across. They have a ton of great talent. Let's not act like they're just getting local 2 stars.
They can't stack
Who's
up
a 4-star?
Duke and Michigan State.
Yuri Collins was a 4-star, wasn't he?
I don't believe so.
Hargrove was a 3-star or 4-star?
I don't know, but wouldn't you agree that SLU does not have the talent that Duke would have, or Michigan State?
Regardless, Travis Ford, his time's running out.
But isn't it amazing though with SLU? You think, okay, a tiny little Jesuit school, don't really care about basketball. If we do something, fine. But you look back, they've had 2 of the great coaches in this area, Jarris and Spoon.
Because they do care.
They get good coaches.
And it's not that tiny of a school. They do care.
But I think in Travis Ford's case, they're not going to make the tournament every year, but he doesn't ruffle any feathers.
Has he made the tournament yet?
Yes.
Has he? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
doesn't-
That was
like I
just
said,
an
he doesn't
article.
make it every year.
Well, when you think you have a team that's going to be ranked in the preseason rankings, and then you have a disappointing season, you're barely over 500. That's when a coach starts to come under fire.
This is year 5. I mean, it's I mean, this should be a tournament team, no question about it. And now, an outside chance. I guess you got to win the A10, but.
Doug, who else is on the list? We've gotten 3.
Craig
Here's the
Berube
thing.
wouldn't be on the list, is he?
No. I think you'll get one of the 3 left.
Are they any of them players?
Yes.
I'll say Paul Goldschmidt.
No, I'm sorry.
Ryan O'Reilly?
No, I'm sorry.
Colton Parayko?
No, I'm sorry.
Vladimir Tarasenko?
No, I'm sorry.
Wilson Contreras?
No, I'm sorry.
You see Tarasenko as the Blues All-Star?
Yeah, how about that?
I don't get it. Kyrie's got 19 goals, and Tarasenko, I think, 10. Back to this guessing game.
A player. Drinkwitz on there?
Drinkwitz is on there.
Yeah, that should be
yeah.
obvious.
I didn't know that he would count. Then Underwood, maybe?
No. I'm sorry.
He's not.
Brady Cook?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, it's time to get initials.
Let's see. JF and RB.
Jim Frank?
James Franco.
James Franco.
James Franco's under pressure in STL.
Joe Foley?
No.
JF. Okay, what team, please?
The St. Louis Baseball Cardinals.
JF.
Jack Flaherty.
Jack Flaherty.
Jose-
He's bored by your guessing.
Boy, he was.
You knew it.
Rube.
There's no way they're going to get the last one.
Initials, please.
RB.
R.B. Falstrom?
Is it a Battlehawks thing?
No.
Close.
Ricky
St.
Brown?
Louis City thing?
Yes.
Who the hell is RB?
Lute
Is it a
Van
player?
Steele?
Is it the coach of St.
Oh, the
Louis
goalie.
City?
Don't we have some goalie that...
Is it the Chance?
The second letter of first name.
Oh.
Rob Blagojevich.
Rob. Oh, gosh. Is he out of jail?
I think he owns St. Louis City.
I think he was pardoned by Trump, wasn't
I think he might have been. Third letter, please.
M.
Rom. Next letter, please.
Rome.
A.
Roman. The goalie. Roman Brody. Roman Brago. Roman. We were going to do Roman. Nice save.
Is that really who it is?
It is.
Oh my God!
under
Come
pressure
on, we
then?
have to force
We don't
this.
even know who it is.
We have to force this on people.
he? Haven't even played a game yet, have they?
Second letter of second name, please.
U.
Third letter, please.
R.
Fourth letter, please.
K.
Burke. Roman Burke.
Not his name.
Roman Burkhart.
No.
Fifth letter, please.
I.
Berkey. Roman Berkey.
Sixth letter, please.
That's it. That's the name.
Close enough.
Roman Berkey. Okay, well, we got that. That was easy.
So he's with the
Dude, that's embarrassing.
soccer team?
And I love him, Fred.
He's our netminder.
How would you like to be that guy? You haven't even played a game yet, and you're under pressure.
He says his performance following was switched from the Bundesliga will be as crucial as any players to the trajectory of the team's launch.
God almighty.
This is going to be fun.
Look, there it is. Those are the
Can you
6.
imagine the first time he lets in a goal, the fans just boo him unmercifully? Get out of town.
Too much pressure.
I love how he's in there with legit owners, GMs, players, and a dude. Honestly, if you go around this entire St. Louis City County, would you think 1% would know
Roman
Blagojevich?
Berkey?
Probably less, right?
I would think less,
But I don't know how you can have a guy that won the MVP but had a terrible last 6 weeks of the season, a terrible playoffs, that he's not under some pressure to bounce back. Come on, Hoxie.
I feel bad for Arenado.
It was from Ben Fred.
Oh, come on, Fredzy.
Arenado got swindled by Mosaic. I feel so bad for him. Leaving 4 years, $150 million on the table.
Swindled.
Yeah, you see what contract some of these other guys got.
Arenado, like you could say what you want about his age.
That's
he's 31.
why. That's for the record why I arrived at the conclusion and have been of the opinion that there's just no way that they don't do anything between now and spring training. But hey, you know what? Spring training is fast approaching, friends of the feather.
Winter warm-up's like a week away.
It is.
And outside of a trade, what free agents in terms of starting pitcher?
I'm operating on the premise to trade. That's why I wanted to see them trade for a catcher, preferably Murphy, and then acquire a free agent, preferable shortstop. I don't know what the options would have been. I don't know what they're going to do. And then, like we've discussed, the rotation certainly leaves something to be desired. And yes, of course, they could win the World Series. The Blues could win the Stanley Cup. Could is different than a level of confidence. And I can't imagine fans of either franchise at this moment, despite the Blues, to their credit, stunningly going up to Toronto and winning against one of the best teams in the league and going up against the Devils last night in New Jersey, team that they have a 13-game winning streak earlier in the season. And they win, and they do it by scoring a bunch of goals in both cases. But still, I think most people would say, boy, I'd be really surprised at this moment with what each team's roster is made up if they have a championship this year. But the Cardinals' situation is different because the president of baseball operations went on the record publicly, and then my belief is privately to Nolan Arenado, and said we're going to increase the payroll. And to date, it's been Wilson Contreras. But that doesn't mean that it's over.
Barring a flurry of activity, they must be counting on big bounce-back years from Flaherty and O'Neill.
And DeYoung.
And Carlson. We need a whole team to bounce back.
And Walker to be a hell of a player.
I feel like this Lars Nootbaar thing is very similar to Dylan Carlson. This offseason a year ago, Carlson had a pretty good year 2 years ago, or a year and a half, whatever it was. Coming out, like, you thought that this coming season was going to be that next big step, and clearly, I mean, what do you have, 9 or 10 home runs, hitting like 240? Lars Nootbaar, there is so much hype about this guy that, like, I think there's a lot of pressure on our outfielders, and I don't know if they're going to be too.
I don't know if this one is directed to us or another program, but it says the media's been talking S about him because we're the only MLS team using a designated player spot on a keeper. He's also the highest paid player on our team. Doug, that was a Roman Berkey text.
It was a hot take.
He's a notorious goaltender.
Why do you say notorious?
He played for Borussia Dortmund for 7 years. One of the biggest clubs in the world.
Look at that, Doug.
Did he start?
Notorious means he did something bad.
Right.
Okay. Well, that infamous would be.
That's the also he did something bad.
So these are synonyms? Notorious means bad?
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought it just means of note.
No, nobody
Of
says
note
he's
because you did something
notoriously a
bad.
very good guy.
Couldn't be sorrier. He's a well-known goalkeeper. I amend my
Famous or
statement.
well-known, typically for some bad quality or deed. That is the definition of notorious.
All right, my bad. Well, he's a well-known goalkeeper.
Did he start for Dortmund?
He had 176 appearances in 7 years.
That's pretty good.
How many caps?
That's no lie.
I think caps are only for Air National.
What was goal against? Well, they didn't score.
Dude, I can't wait to hear media try to talk soccer. I'm actually kind of excited about that.
I think it's soccer. If you have a goals against as a goaltender 1, you suck.
Nice.
I wouldn't think so.
Berkey's about to get
I
put
would
a
think so.
finger in
Most
his
games, the other team scores at least
Most
one.
games are ending 0-0.
No, they aren't.
So if you give up a goal, you're not very good.
Most games don't end up 0-0.
There's usually one team that doesn't score.
Yeah, it's 1 or 2 goals.
How about this? Dave Mattert is tweeting that Missouri's game against Alabama coming up on the 21st has been sold out, so it'll be 4 straight sellouts for the Fighting Gers. Jackson, you got to be on
Alabama's
cloud nine.
that's when they need to sell for Alabama. Alabama's damn good this year.
Roll Tide, roll.
Boy, they beat Houston early in the season, right before the Kansas game. They're good. They're
Yeah.
super good.
This is pretty alarming. 30% of soccer games end in 0-0.
30%.
Is that right? Really?
That's a lot.
Take
That's
that
more than I
down.
would have thought.
That's a lot.
So if you got a goals against of 1, you're not a very good goaltender.
Damn.
Yeah, wait for Joe to text him.
Hey, Hawk. In all fairness, Ken and you can barely talk about any local sport. That's from the ill side. Coming for both Pepper and Gene.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
So the Cardinals.
Why don't you call in and let's talk some Cardinal
Ill side,
baseball?
would you like to call in? You can become the 4th or 5th caller of the year.
Yeah, call in.
636-9004-TMA, and I guess Iggy and Plowboy will be debating.
Let's talk some
the
Cardinal baseball.
Well, I said
Going into spring
baseball is the
training,
topic.
let's talk some Cardinals.
Yeah, I said Arenado left $150 million on the table, which may be lowballing it, honestly, and probably another 4 years. Dylan Carlson had a terrible year. I don't get the hype of Nootbaar. Those are all pretty accurate. The payroll went up 0.11% and were worse than last year. Those are completely 100% accurate statements. So come at me. This team is not, like, on paper, not very good unless you have resurgences of, like, 4 players out of your 9 starters. So, I mean, it's a lot of high hope. We've done that a lot of times.
I think it's kind of a push as far as are they better. They upgraded catching as far as offensive, but they didn't sign Quintana. So
Yeah.
they've lost pitching. So.
But I mean, Contreras and Pujols stats are the same. So you lose Pujols in that 24 and 70. You gain it with Contreras, but I mean that's addition by subtraction. That's not making your team better. He's not as great defensively as Yachty. A little bit better offensively. Going to take more games off. I don't know.
In addition to not being happy about the conversation, they're not happy about the commercial breaks.
Oh,
Well, I can't do anything about
bugs
that.
people,
so
too.
I'll give you an email with
What are they
somebody
upset
who
about
can help,
that?
but-
Not long enough?
Morning, boys. Any plans to remove the Pepper and Genie promos during the commercial breaks?
No.
At this point, we're 1 week worth of commercials away from having more hours of commercials run than the actual show. That's from the 618.
If I take that out, I'm the only person in the studio. I'm sorry, but like we don't have 7-minute breaks anymore. Those are no longer
No
exist.
longer a
I
thing.
can't add a spot.
No.
We all know in this room what happens when I add a spot. I'm not going to go into detail, but we cannot do that. So
why would that bother
whatever
you?
the breaks are, they are, and they can suck it. So
I
do
don't know
not
why
care.
that would
That's a hot
bother 'em.
take.
It's a 30, 15, 20-second commercial, and that bothers you? Oh, they're not even on anymore. God, get it off.
Got a custodian at Lambert.
I'm sure
talk
it's a
about
pretty
production
entertaining
of a
That's a
radio
custodian that just texted it. Guys, don't you fellas have a hard break? That's from the Illsider, who's, I guess, going to call in and have a debate here with Iggy and Plowboy on the card.
How long have you been listening to the show? When have we ever had a hard break, except if Tim wanted to get somebody off the air? Sorry, we got weather news
Nice.
coming up. We got a hard break. We got to get out of here.
Hawk is a grumpy boy today. Put him down for a nap. That's from Mr. Fong, owner of the Dildo Shop.
Well, it's really tough when you're at your job and you have somebody who knows nothing about your job criticizing and telling you what you should do. That gets annoying. It just flat does. Keep doing it. It's great show content, but I'm not going to put that fake smile on my face and laugh like it's all fun and games. It's annoying.
This is what you deal with when you've chosen a life in show business.
Yeah, I did. They didn't tell me that in journalism school, but they did say it'd be a tough uphill climb.
Plowboy, I'll give you a year's supply of Little Debbie's if you spend one segment praising Bowtie and Newt Bar. That's from the Warson Woods Wacko.
It'd be a lie. It'd be fake. I can't do that to the
I do it
listeners.
for Little Debbie's.
Yeah, think about the zebra cakes.
Now, they've had something like 15 straight winning seasons. Doesn't he get some credit for that?
No, I get it, but I think if you, I don't know, we have the second best attendance. You talk about our payrolls usually 12-ish range. It just
And he
doesn't
could get
add
credit
up.
for that, for putting good teams on the field that people want to go see.
No, I'm not saying he's a terrible GM, but I think the game kind of passed him by a little bit in terms of what's important and sneaking into the playoffs, losing in the wild card. You can show that as a success, but for me, that's a 7-6 team going to a bowl. It's like okay, but it's not, eye-poppingly perfect. And they should strive for more than just sliding into the playoffs.
Well, I know technically it was wild card, but they won the division.
What?
Cardinals won the division last year, didn't
Right.
they? Okay. But I know
You said something about
Yeah,
the wild
the division
Well,
was one of the
the
worst
wild
in
card
baseball
round
in
you're
the last
talking
Yeah,
20
it's still
years,
wild
but
card
it's
round,
still,
but they did win the division.
Yeah, but 3 teams weren't trying. And I get, you have to play the games that are on your schedule. I get that. They can't pick and choose what division they're in, so I understand that as well. But like I said, some of these stats and things are a little bit deceiving when you actually really look into it.
Well, if they're going to be even as good as they were last year, they're also going to have to count on huge years from both Goldschmidt and Arenado, who are 2 of the top 3 MVP vote getters and are into their 30s right now. And whether they continue to put up those kind of numbers, that could be questionable.
More pressure this year than it was last year for them. I think they're carrying a worse roster. So, and they're older.
Well, I wish we were down there covering them, but no more picnic table.
Picnic table's been burned with jet fuel.
Don't understand that. Don't know
They
why.
love that.
They won't miss
I
us.
sensed that in March of 2020. I go, this will probably be it. This will probably be it. And, sure enough.
Yeah.
But the fact that we even got to do it from 2005 through 2020 was...
Well, there was a time when there was multiple stations down there right in that same area.
Yeah.
Everybody grabbing players.
But, I mean, we were... For that organization being, as straight of an arrow organization as it is, to have our clown show with no affiliation to the team whatsoever,
Like 10 feet from the workout room.
Yeah. I mean, especially with guys like Molina and Chris Carpenter on the team who were not amused by our presence.
No, didn't care for us. John Lackey wasn't a fan.
I tried to hop the ropes while he was hugging his wife and kids. He was pissed about that.
He boxed out Jed Jerko.
Yeah, I actually almost had an injury. Actually, he almost literally
You almost
ran
hurt
at-
him?
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine if that would have happened?
That was the guy that got a bad
Jerko's
break.
out because a vocal radio host pushed him into a fence.
He was still a productive player when all of baseball just decided they didn't like Jed Jerko anymore.
I'm with you, Doug.
Power hitter.
Yeah, he was a good hitter.
Kind of saw the writing on the wall when every year Mo would come on with us at some point and sit down. And I texted him the last time I was down there, and I said, "You want to come on the show one day this week?" "Not really." Okay. He's never answered like that. Not really.
Oh, that's his personality. He's joking.
But he would never say that to me. He'd say that, I think maybe Thursday or Friday I'll have time, or what day you looking at? Not really.
He's made himself awfully available over the years.
Pretty good. He can criticize moves or whatever, but as far as like his interaction, he's super.
He didn't come on that year.
I understand, but that doesn't mean he would be facetious when he would come on the show. He would mock the show.
Well, I know that, but he would be facetious with me when he would see me outside smoking. Picture of health. He's that kind of guy. But he's never said to me, "Not really."
Right, but I think he was busting balls there, just like he was busting balls when he said picture of health. That's the way he operates.
Yeah, that's busting balls, but...
You're probably busy signing Steven Matz. Maybe he can double his games played output to 18 this year. That'd be exciting.
He did trade for Goldschmidt and Arenado.
Yeah, but I didn't say every move he ever made was a disaster. Never have said that.
Well, he's had more good than bad, I think.
You may be right. As of late, I don't know, though. Outside of the Goldschmidt-Arenado, I can't really think of... I mean, the Montgomery trade and Quintana trade were great.
Guys, Wrinkles just wanted to let everyone know that he texted Mozeliak. That's from Brian Henshin, who covers Indianapolis.
Yeah. Is that what that was about?
Well, that's the difference between me and you. Is there's actually no people in this industry I can text, not you.
Oh.
Yeah, I wonder if I can get Story on.
Who's that?
Trevor Story?
Isn't that the new Colts?
Trevor Story is coaching the Colts. He replaced Jeff Saturday after Saturday went 1-5.
Second baseman with the Red Sox, right?
Yeah, Saturday. What did I say,
Trevor
Story?
You said Story. Oh, you said Saturday.
I don't know why I said Story.
You don't know the indie market like he does.
Well, I don't. I know it better than him, and he works there.
Oh. I'll be in Indy next week.
Tervis Parrish.
Karis LeVert.
What?
Watching a basketball game?
Actually am, yeah.
You go to a Pacers game?
Yep, me and my brother are going up. We're seeing the Butler and the Pacers game.
Gosh, you guys are hardcore. Who do the Pacers play?
Memphis.
Oh, you'll see Fish.
I'll see Ja.
You ever met Rob Fisher?
I have not.
Introduce yourself when you get there.
Just, like, walk the concourse?
Gosh.
Well, if he doesn't know him, how's he going to point him out?
He'll be in the stadium. He does the Memphis
yeah, there'll be 12,000 other people there, though.
Well, if you just go down and say, "Rob,
It'd be a thrill for your brother to meet the Grizzlies sideline reporter.
I work with Doug and Tim and Iggy."
Yeah. I mean, if I see him, I will introduce myself. I don't think I'll be searching him out. Not to shot.
Well, you can't miss him. He dresses like Sager.
Look at him.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah.
He's got the crazy suits?
Yeah.
All right, then actually
I'm a
would be
big
easy to
fan.
identify.
Doug, remember when Jack Snow called him Dr. Football when he asked Mike Martz about lining trunk candidate and Marshall Falk up in the backfield during practice, and Mike Martz could not believe that what was supposed to be private information leading into what I think was the 2001 season opener against the Philadelphia Eagles, who they would later meet in the NFC Championship, was asked about in a press conference. And that's when Mike Martz lost his mind on Rob Fisher.
Yeah, very uncomfortable moment out there. Awkward.
Mount Rushmore of uncomfortable moments at Rams Park.
That was on the Mount Rushmore for sure.
So definitely the fight.
A couple of media brawls. Yeah, just same normal stuff.
Yeah, every city has 2 media brawls that are in your top 3.
You can't go to cover a football team without scrapping with one of the other reporters.
Didn't it smell like sewage? Wasn't it near like a sewage waste plant or something?
Earth City?
Yeah.
Yeah, the landfill was right there.
Yeah, the landfill.
And it would be real hot in the summer.
I heard it just stunk like dead fish
Well,
in
it
the
wasn't
summer.
that bad, but I thought that nuclear waste problem was close to that. But I didn't ever notice that it smelled real bad.
Chris Long always talked about that, about the days on like hot days in August, it would really start to stink.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that far from that thing, that's for sure.
And the Missouri River's right there, too. Am I wrong on that?
Well, it's...
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, a mile, maybe.
The team started to suck when, like the New Jerseys, man, I hate the colors of the Rams jersey. I like
The
them
current
more
ones?
now. But
Yeah, they
no,
look
not
great
the current.
now.
The blue with the gold was the worst, nastiest looking color. It didn't look good on the field.
Like it was Millennium Gold is what it was called.
We were told by Kevin Dimoff it takes 5 years to change your uniform color. Then as soon as they moved to L.A., they had new uniforms.
Yeah.
Those gold pants were so ugly.
Yeah, that
It's
whole
almost like you couldn't
uniform
trust
was
what they told you.
Guy's beef stroke, just tried to dunk on Mozeliak and got shut down by the entire dais. Might be time to break out the lighter fluid and start a little pout fire. Some little Tommy Tribbins. 2022 text for the...
How did I get broke down on Mozeliak? Mozeliak.
We got to learn how to say these names.
It's Mozeliak. I don't know how that means.
Little Tommy Tribbins, you're up next after the ill-side calls in on the Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone lines. Let's close out the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour here in 9:16. Appliance Discounters just got a new dishwasher from Appliance Discounters. Ours went out after 10 years. Is 10 years a good run for a dishwasher, Doug?
I'd say so, yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I got a new one. John Bradley, texting with him. Got it installed last week. It's wonderful. And if you're in the market for a new home appliance, our 8 o'clock hour sponsor, Appliance Discounters, has what you need. Shop major brands like GE. Appliance Discounters have drastically lower prices on installs, with select dishwashers being free. They also have huge GE cash rebates and holiday savings all month. I guess these holiday savings are carrying in January. Hell, I don't know. I just read it from the prompter.
Nice savings, though.
Yeah, it is. Work with VIP Auto and Tommy Sabolka. He wants you to call him directly. How nice is that? That you know you can call somebody directly who sponsors the program. Let them know you're a TMA listener, and you will be taken care of wonderfully by the great Tommy Sabolka of VIP Auto Accessories. What do? Well, it's van and truck upfitting for commercial fleet vehicles. They are a full-service operation, a one-stop shop. They take the vehicle from point A to point Z. VIP saves you time and hassle. It's quicker to deal with VIP than 2 to 3 vendors with multiple locations. VIP is all local since 1979. Once employees start working there, they don't stop. They have people employed for 35 years, 41 years, 42 years, and they're only 43 years old. And VIP is part of the TMA ecosystem, working with Design Air and Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota. Call Tommy Sabolka directly, 314-428-3900, or you can email him at tommy.cibulka@vipautoaccessories.com. That's tommy.cibulka at vipautoaccessories.com. Engineer Design Facilities is the sponsor of the text inbox here on the program. You can email them at fire@edf-rg.com. They are the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. EDF is Missouri and Illinois preferred full-service vendor for licensed and certified professional servicing, monitoring, and testing for fire alarm services and systems, fire suppression systems, fire alarm system monitoring services, tenant improvements and construction, security access and monitoring services. EDF's fire division is now testing, inspecting, and maintaining the fire system on all commercial kitchen and restaurant hoods. Email them at fire@edf-rg.com or go online at edf-rg.com. Send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Don't forget to compete to be our TMA Listener of the Month, the very first one. And that is sponsored by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Go online at tmastl.com to sign up, and then the dais will vote, and you'll be entered in to be Listener of the Year. tmastl.com. It's the TMA Listener of the Month presented by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. We close out the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour. Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour coming up. Balloon Party 101 ESPN. Darren Pang with us at 10:15. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Celebrate all your college and fantasy teams' Tully touchdowns this weekend with Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. May your team be swift and their aim be true. May the refs be forever in your favor and your whiskey always Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew, the original triple blended, triple distilled, smooth sipping Irish whiskey, made exactly for game day moments like this. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Imported by William Grant & Sons Incorporated, New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Win tickets to see Adam Sandler February 10th at Enterprise Center just by listening on the TMA app or at tmastl.com.
My father literally came to school one time my whole school career. He opened the door in the middle of the test and I hear, "Where'd you put the rake?" I'm like, "What? You put it on the nail?" I think I did. You think?
Tickets on sale now, but you can win them now. Not to be repetitive, but just go to tmastl.com to find out more and win. That's tmastl.com. tmastl.com.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that's always a great time to gather at Rosalita's. Why not start off with a happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m.? Enjoy happy hour specials including $3 off of appetizers like the wildly popular carne con cerveza, marinated steak cooked to order and served on a sizzling skillet. The patio is heated and covered, plus Rosalita's offers live music on Thursdays and mariachi every weekend. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you or fake you or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro and the Morning After on KPNT HD2. Hey, if you like the Morning After, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's Sports Talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday. Right after the Morning After. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN. Or get the podcast on the TMA app. Want to see Leonard Skinner and ZZ Top? Get the TMA app or go to TMASTL.com. Sign in, sign up, and win. Leonard Skinner and ZZ Top, the Sharp Dressed Simple Man Tour with special guest Uncle Cracker, August 17th at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now. Find out how to win at TMASTL.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2,
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Doug, I want you back. Is this Backstreet Boys or NSYNC? I'm going Backstreet Boys.
I don't know who it is.
It is.
Yes! It's Ryan Kelly Morning After. Welcome, friends. Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Backstreet Boys. Send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, which comes your way in 21 minutes. On 101 ESPN at 10 o'clock, Jackson and I will deal with it, but Darren Pang will join us at 10:15. As the Blues are coming, tra-la.
I believe they are coming.
Surprisingly,
at Montreal
tra-la.
tomorrow night, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one team that you should beat, it's L'Habitat.
Yeah.
It's a road trip. I don't know what the hell to make of it. And they're doing it by scoring a bunch of goals. Doug, how many goals do you count them scoring in the last 2 games? Because they won 6-5, but it was because of the...
Yeah, I'd say 10.
I agree with that. All right.
Empty netter in there. Yeah, but that's great production. Ironic that it came when O'Reilly and Tarasenko were out, and Krug. I don't know. Kyrou and Thomas have finally got it going. they were the young guys that they were counting
start
on
of the season,
have breakout seasons, and now they're playing like it, and then they didn't in the first couple months.
Have the same number of points as the Colorado Avalanche after beating the Devils last night by a score of 5-3. Jordan Binnington, you said he stood on his
head and spit wooden nickels.
Nice. And 5 points back of the Wild for third place. For the record, the Avalanche and Wild have what Doug describes as games in hand.
Games in hand.
Blues have played 39. The Wild and Avalanche have played 37. But still, either way, man, this has been something else here.
Yeah, I think it's too early to give up on the season and trade away the big contracts, unless they determine that maybe we're better with younger guys.
I got to tell you, because listen, it'd be weird for Callie Rosen to all of a sudden become the second coming, but I feel like when he's out there, he produces, and so, my thought when Tarasenko and O'Reilly went out was more, this is going to hurt their trade value. But, you get some guys in there who aren't normally playing, or maybe playing more minutes who aren't normally playing as many, and see how they perform out of necessity. And you're going up against a team on Tuesday in Toronto that, had lost all of, I believe, 7 games in regulation. And you win that thing. In the shootout, and then you have the win against the Devils last night, and New Jersey's one of the top teams in the East as well. So, I mean, it's pretty damn impressive in the East. The East, at least halfway through the season, I think most people would agree, the East is the stronger conference at this point. I mean, the Devils are in second place by 5 points, but if they were in the Central, they'd be 1 point back of first place. So, point being, they have beaten some good teams, and now you go up against a team that is really struggling. Montreal has lost 7 straight. And, Doug, this team enjoys going out on the road and working some magic. They are 12-9-1 away from Enterprise Center, 7-8-2 at home.
Yeah, and that's unusual. There's not a lot of teams that are better on the road than they are at home, but the Blues have been for whatever reason.
Well, I think it's because I've been at more regular season Blues games in the last 7 weeks than I have in the last 10 years.
So they lose while you're there?
Yeah. That's correct.
Well, and we're still not even halfway through the year, right?
Yeah,
still
you do. 39 games.
It feels like they've been playing a long time, but still a lot of hockey to be played, Tim.
Yeah, well, it's fun to see because you got a big weekend with the Sunday game against the Wild, the team they're trailing Saturday tomorrow night. And you can hear it on 101 ESPN at Montreal, then at Minnesota, back home for a rare Calgary Tuesday, Calgary Thursday treat. And we'll look back at the 1986 Campbell Conference Finals.
Yeah, we'll spend all week doing that for sure. It makes sense that some of these teams that are from cities that are a long way away from everywhere else would come in and get their road games in St. Louis taken care of in 3 days instead of flying back and forth and back and forth. Some of these teams in the East, they can darn near take buses to their games. They've got 30-minute flights and an-hour flights, and you're playing in Vancouver or Edmonton, Winnipeg, Calgary. I mean, that travel is a whole different thing.
I thought they did that earlier this year with a team. I can't recall who, but maybe was it the Ducks? Yeah, it was the Ducks.
Yeah.
Saturday and Monday, and they're doing it again against the Flames, but it's the only time this year that's going on. They have a home-at-home.
I think it makes sense.
With Detroit later on, and Doug will talk it over with Persey and Fabry and Billy Huso. They're all going to be in the studio.
I would think they'll, with their skates on, too. They got to wear the blades.
Yeah, skate by skate.
Yeah, they got to wear the protectors, but they'll be here.
So what I'm telling you is it's a golden opportunity. And I went into the game against the Leafs on Tuesday going, well, I want the Blues to win, but probably might be better if things just kind of start to spiral. And now they've got 4 points out of 4 possible points and 2 tough road opponents. And that makes me a bad take-smith is what it makes me.
Well, the note is ready to soar.
Imagine not wanting Connor Bedard.
Well, just because you don't make the playoffs doesn't mean you're going to have him.
I'm kidding.
Their percentage would be very low of winning that first pick.
It wouldn't be worth it now.
Let me see what the numbers are. I enjoy that money puck. While I'm looking that up, Jackson's going to tell you about the pant he wears.
Oh, yeah. It's the pant of the people.
I'm wearing mine right now.
You're wearing it right now, Paul?
I'm wearing my Bugsy jeans right this second.
How do you do?
How comfortable are they,
They're amazing. I feel like I'm in sweats, baby.
Oh, and my
nuts are warm.
And that's what they do. That's what they do. They make jeans that look incredible, all these different colors and styles, but they are so soft they feel like sweatpants. You don't have to compromise comfort for style. You can have both with Mugs are the most comfortable and stylish men's jeans on planet Earth because they're designed by dudes for dudes. They're never baggy and never tight. Plus, you don't feel tight up in the crotchal region or it's baggy.
They're very stretchy. And my crotch, I have to say, it's a big package, and it holds it. And it's comfortable.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
I got that flannel line, boy.
They get more the job of the U-Trow?
No, oh God, no.
They work in tandem, Doug, but the pant is the real key. That's a straw that stirs the drink.
I'll have my Muggsy yellow shorts down in Jamaica.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I'll have my Muggsy down there too, just showing off that thigh action.
Salmon-colored Muggsy short that I'm excited to bust out again.
Hey, not only the world's greatest jeans, but they also make super awesome flannels, jackets, cashmere, joggers, literally anything your closet could ever need. So head to Muggsy right now and use promo code TMA, 10% off your entire order with free shipping and free returns. Again, Muggsy.com. The promo code is TMA. And you get 10% off your entire order with free shipping and free returns. Experience life-changing comfort with Muggsy.
See, I didn't know they did jackets and flannels.
Big time.
Dude, I'm already on the website.
Some cashmere action.
As you can see, I'm a big flannel guy.
I got a cashmere V-neck sweatshirt from Colin Montgomery.
Okay, I found some.
Colin Montgomery gave you the sweatshirt?
It's got the old Pringle logo on it.
The old Pringles.
But he gave it to you?
He used to represent Pringle. His agent gave it to me.
Why?
I don't know.
Greg Warren?
I just said I like those Pringle vests that he wears.
Wow, look at the quarter zips.
Fire.
Ooh,
I think it's fire.
The vintage yellow.
Muggsy don't play. Muggsy.com.
3/4 zip.
They don't make 3/4 zips.
I'm going to look and see.
They should. For a night out on the town.
They don't.
If you're going clubbing.
That would just be a waste. I mean, it would be zipped all the way down almost where it would be a full zip. So
there isn't one single 3/4 zip out there right now in the world.
I promised the Money Puck numbers, 21.4% for the Blues to make the playoffs, 3.2% for the Blues to land Connor Bedard, for the record.
Yeah, not worth a tank job now.
No.
I hate to say it.
Connor Bedard's going to the Blackhawks?
I think so, yeah. And he'll look good in that jersey, too. But
it's a great sweater. You might not like the Blackhawks, but they got a signature sweater.
And I think, people wondering, Arizona has a great opportunity. I think the league will step into play here and not have Connor Bedard play in literally a smaller stadium than he does currently. I think that Phoenix thing is a
you get
dumpster
lost
fire.
there.
There's no way.
Gretzky was the coach there, and most people didn't even know it.
Yeah, I mean, look at where McDavid went to. I mean, the Oilers, you had Crosby land in Pittsburgh. I just think the league will come into play and go, we want this kid in a big market. And so I think Chicago might be the move.
I think I've only had 4 or 5 hockey jerseys in my life, and I've never had a Blues jersey.
Yeah, have you had a Blackhawk jersey?
Very first jersey I ever got.
Oh, wow.
Was
you
it
interested in doing a little balloon party today?
What's wrong with the Blues jersey?
Keith Magnuson I had. I think number 3, I believe.
Yeah, redheaded defenseman.
They have the sickest jerseys, the black, white, and reds. I don't care what you think about Chicago. Those jerseys are amazing.
My mom went all out for
Which
Christmas.
one is? Plowhawk?
I said the black jersey. They have red, white, and black.
Oh, you're talking
jerseys.
about the Blackhawks?
The Blackhawks. They have the best.
Yeah, I was at that game last Thursday night, and I was there with my wife, and I said, God, that really is a damn good uniform. Reminds me of what Missouri wore when they opened up the SEC schedule against Georgia, and they were in this yellow and black combination, and I thought, man, this is going to kill recruiting. And sure enough, they went to the SEC's championship or SEC championship the next 2 years. Thank you to those uniforms.
I had a Canadian jersey.
Thanks, Nike.
I think I had a Vancouver jersey.
Why don't you get a Blues jersey?
I think I had a Carl Vadnais jersey.
Oh.
See, I'm a big fan of the Flyers and Red Wing jerseys as well.
Wingy. That's the thing. The Blues rivals have some nice sweaters.
Yeah.
Carol Vadnais.
I call him Carl. I can't call a dude Carol.
But that was his name.
I know, but I can't do it. He wore white skates, too.
Carol Shelby.
What were the Devils wearing last night, by the way? You notice that?
Were they wearing the green ones?
No. I don't know what that was.
Oh, yeah, it was a throwback. It just said jersey on the front with stripes on the
Just to
shoulders.
say that they're wearing their jersey?
Yeah.
I'm looking now. Dude, they have... those green and red ones are so freaking beautiful. Doug, look at this one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those to me are some of the sickest retro ones. That are.
Yeah, I like that.
I think Putty was wearing that.
Oh, yeah. I forgot he was a Devils fan in Seinfeld.
Gotta support the team.
But yeah, I see... Yeah, it just says jersey. I see him now. Weird.
I think the Rangers look pretty good when they wear their blue shirt and their red
The
pants.
diagonal one that says.
Oh, I had a Rangers one, too.
See, the white Flyer jersey to
Ron
me
Duguay.
is
Ron Duguay.
so underrated.
The Flyers jersey is good, Plazzy. I hate the nameplate on the back of the jersey.
Yeah.
I think it looks ugly.
I get it. But man, those white jerseys, I love the Flyer whites.
Yeah.
Ron Duguay is still a good-looking dude.
Now, why would you say that?
Because he was the best-looking guy in the country when he played for the Rangers.
Why would you say this to us?
Go look at it. Go look at it back in the 80s.
Doug, could you take a look at Ron Duguay in the 80s?
I remember him. He just had a big head full of hair.
He was gorgeous.
Oh, come on now.
Now he's dating Sarah Palin.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Who is?
Ron Duguay.
Wow.
Doogie, watch him. He can fly. I remember that.
Well, just go look at his. I mean, he's just. What can you say? I mean, when a guy's good looking, he's good looking. He had to be slaying.
Okay, cool off a little bit.
Well, it was one of my man crushes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like Bon Jovi back in his day.
Doogie, watch him. He can fly. Who was that announcer? We used to get a lot of Ranger games here on cable for some reason. Was it Madison Square Garden Network? I think we got on the cable. And so we'd see a lot of Ranger games.
John Davison?
No, it was a play-by-play guy. He was good.
Well, he was one of the ones when they came out with the helmet that everybody had to wear a helmet except for the guys who didn't wear them. They didn't have to grandfather them in. They could still not wear a helmet. And he was one of the guys that refused to wear a helmet because he just wanted his hair to fly.
Made you like him even more, didn't it?
Yeah. He's a good hockey player, too. But.
I like James Carlton a lot as well. Like he likes Ron Duguay. Got this email yesterday from a listener. How do you do? How do you do? Doug, take a listen.
Okay.
Tim, I know you love to read James Carlton's 5-star Google reviews, so I wanted to add my own. We previously had used internet-based insurers exclusively for 10-plus years until we bought our home in Webster Groves. Thanks to your fine program, James Carlton immediately came to mind, and we could not be more grateful for that decision and the TMA network of advertisers. Like a ton of folks, we had 2 pipes burst on Christmas Eve. Our damage wasn't significant, and we thought the house would be livable throughout it all. Wrong. With flooring ripped up, baseboards and crown molding, #blessed, ripped out, and more than a dozen industrial fans running 24/7, there was no way me, my pregnant wife, and our 5- and 3-year-old boys could stay here. Within 15 minutes, James and his amazing team, Stephanie in particular, had us all set up with excellent temporary accommodations, and that was with one single phone call. It's that level of service, personal touch, and genuine care that makes James Carlton exceptional. I'm legitimately still in shock to have had this pleasant of an experience with an insurance company through the process. So thank you for building this weird and wonderful TMA network, and God bless James Carlton. That comes from Michael E. Harris.
Another success story. Another happy listener.
314-961-40. That's why I say there's a difference. People are like, oh, you're saying it because he's an advertiser. And I'm telling you, I was with a different insurance provider. Oh, he's your guy?
Oh, yeah, I just switched.
Oh, did you? God bless. And it's easy, too. That's the thing. It's not like it's a whole thing. It's super easy. They do all the paperwork for you. It's worth it. I'm telling you, it's worth it. 314-961-4800. Go online at carltoninsurance.net. Would like to recommend that everybody has a financial advisor. Mark Hanna would be the first one to tell you that. If it isn't going to be me, just make sure you have somebody. 314-889-0503 is the number for Mark Hanna. Go online at evergreenstl.com. And Jackson calls him the great communicator, which is something Ronald Reagan would usually be known for. But now people know Mark Hanna is the great communicator.
I don't know what they do.
314-889-0503 or go online at evergreenstl.com. And you get off the phone with Mark Hanna, and as Jackson says, you really do feel better about the world and the direction you're heading, because that is the way that he operates. He customizes plans for everybody and everybody individually. 314-889-0503. It's Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, bringing you Jeremy Rutherford every Wednesday at 9 a.m. here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After, just like Marco Borrelli provides you with the cuts of the week.
Hit the lever, please, Plowsy, when you get a chance.
Cuts of the week are brought to you by Bertarelli Cutlery. Visit them on the Hill or online at bertarellico.com. Cut 1.
Are you ready, Doug?
Yes, go ahead and sing.
Okay. We met in the bathroom that night. Walked by tight khakis, gripped her thighs. The air, it was scented and ripe. Locked eyes knew that it was mud pie.
Oh.
You really had to go pee and said, hey, come with me. I said, okay, fine. Let's go in the stall at least. Unbuckled pants. I got down on my knees.
Okay.
I said, it's brine time.
All right, that's enough.
Save me. No, Doug, hold on. I'm about to get to the chorus.
Hurry up.
I said, it's brine time. Can you bathe me, please? That's when it all began. Your brain dripped on my hands and on my chest. It was so warm and wet for 36 seconds. The stall became our paradise. Just us, that toilet. What a wonderful night.
That's great.
So that's for you, Doug.
At least you sang it. It wasn't auto-tune.
Yeah, that was actually good. He sang all the way through.
Yeah, no, that's
No, it was really great. It's a really fabulous song.
That's the song that I wrote about the time when you bathed me in your brine.
Okay, put him down. Okay, put him down.
Cut.
2. Long trips are difficult. Believe me, earlier this year, Blues had about a 7 or 8 day trip, 4 or 5 games or so. And I found myself on the last day of that trip in Denver with not a pair of clean underwear. So what did I do?
Turn them inside out?
I turned them inside. I did not turn them inside out, Doug. I went to the local Target, went to the Target down the street, and so big guy like me, you guys see me. So I'm looking at these underwear, and we're talking, we got the 2X, we got the XXX. What should I get here? I get the size that's too small, but I don't find that out until I'm back at the hotel and I'm wearing them, and I'm like, you know what? These are a little snug here. I should probably take these back. So
now you got a thong working.
Oh, Bill.
We packaged them up and put them back in the wrapper and walked them back down to the Target and turned them back in with the receipt. So if you have purchased any
I thought
new
you couldn't
underwear,
return underwear.
that's why
Oh,
that's why your
Doug.
mom tells you to wash them when you buy them, right?
You're selling used panties, bro.
They're even more valuable now.
That's an OnlyFans move.
So if you have purchased, if anybody listening out there, you're listening to the YouTube, or you can get HD2 on your dashboard here. If you've purchased underwear in Denver in the last year, they might be the ones that I had.
Cut.
3.
So it's a coalition of cucks who sit around just hoping that they can go on the date that you're going on with their wives? This is what's happening?
I don't believe that happens.
You imagine that's a service?
What's it named?
The Coalition of Married Listeners' Husbands looking to third wheel Iggy's day with our wives.
It's a hell of a group.
It's going to be disappointing when your wife says, I'm going out tonight. Really? Where are you going? I have a date with Iggy. It's disappointing.
And you form a coalition. That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah. I know a couple women that their husbands know me and we're friends.
But they don't join you.
Well, I take them out as friends.
That's still kind of odd.
Why is it odd?
Well, it's odd to go on a date with a married woman even when the husband knows it. No, you don't think that's odd?
You hot wifing, bro?
No, obviously not. It's not weird.
Stop the hot wifing, bro.
He's like a bullpen catcher, just warming him up when mommy comes home.
Where is this coalition located?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know of it.
Now you're dunking on the listener.
Central Corridor, I have to imagine.
I would imagine so.
That is really dunking on a listener when your date is married wife.
It's not a date.
Well, you went out to eat, didn't you?
So if I play golf with a lady and she's married and we just have a nice golf date because she likes to play golf, what is that?
That doesn't feel like a date.
Well,
going out to dinner, a nice dinner.
If there's wine involved, it's a date.
Look, I don't know a lot of people, so.
First, I'm a sex addict.
Well, I shouldn't say that. I know a lot of people, just don't really hang out with a lot of them.
Well, still a great night.
Yeah.
Retired Air Marshal, who was the first caller of 2023, is now texting in and says that is definitely a cuck. Do these husbands know the out-of-water salmon has cheated with married women before? That's the retired Air Marshal. You're just taking them to dinner, Iggy. You're not having...
Yes. That's it. Friends.
How about after dinner, where do you go?
Home?
Oh, you take them to your home.
No, to each other's homes.
Do you walk her to the door?
No, they usually drive.
You kiss her goodnight right in front of a husband.
Why would they drive?
Because I ask.
You ask them to drive.
Yeah, if they live too far, I just ask them to drive.
Man.
You cheapskate.
No, that means it's just friends. If it was a date, I'd go pick them up. It's not a date. I say, okay, we'll go to dinner, you drive.
Well, don't you meet at the restaurant then? You get like chauffeured. That's sick.
There is some anger in this engineer design facilities.
Why? Over what?
Iggy, you have literally stated on these here airwaves that you have slept with some of your friends' wives and the husbands are not aware of it.
Yes.
Jesus, that's from the 314.
Yes, back in the day.
Nice.
Like, how long is
So does that mean now if I take somebody out who's married and we're just friends?
How long is back in the day? 5 years or 50?
No, back in my early days. I don't know a lot of wives and couples now. This is the longest cut in the history of the show.
Huh. And those were the cuts of the week.
Doug, there it is. Bertarelli Cutlery, sponsor of your cups of the week. Design, air, heating, and cooling email today coming up in a matter of moments. And Iggy, you might have gotten just what you were dreaming of receiving, sir. And I read. Yeah, Tim, starting around 1 o'clock, day drinking usually spikes my curiosity. Also, if you don't mind, pick up Iggy on the way. From what I understand, he usually requires being picked up for dates. See you tomorrow. That's from Scott's wrinkled ball's ex-wife.
Oh, you going to make her drive?
It sounds like Tim's involved.
Tim being her husband or Tim McKernan?
No, Tim McKernan. She said, Tim, pick up Iggy on the way. So she's basically asking you to go, and then if you want to drop by and get me, too. So it's not really inviting me.
Well, you're invited.
So you wouldn't go?
Are you going?
Yeah.
Well, then I can't go because you'll be driving.
Oh, you refuse to drive?
It's not the text I was looking for. The text would say,
You got
Iggy.
invited. She called. She specifically asked for you to join.
Oh, she specifically said, you can pick Iggy up on your way, Tim. So, yeah, if it's Iggy, I'm going to be out day drinking tomorrow. I'd love for you to come have a cocktail with me. What time can you meet me? That's the text I'm looking for, not Tim, pick Iggy up on the way when you come.
Huh.
Alex reaction.
You'd feel like a
Colin
third
and
wheel.
Wyckoff. What's up, Colin?
I feel like a third wheel.
I think the interest is not in me or you. Candidly, I think it's in my better half, which is which has been her target for a couple of years, if memory serves. And by the way, I certainly welcome.
Yeah, it's a shame you can't talk that into being done.
Yeah, I need to try to pass that legislation. I just can't get it accomplished. It's exhausting.
Well, if somehow the ball sacks would come to Jamaica with us, I think it'd happen.
You think so?
I just think that atmosphere just leads to sexual energy.
Rest in peace, Doug, do you suddenly become interested in gentlemen when you're in
No.
tropical locales?
No, never have before.
I think with women it does.
Oh, is that right?
Doesn't it just wake up and do a radio show and then play around at golf and eat lunch and maybe hit the pool and then
Use your hand on a guy.
Time for dinner or time for bed?
Yeah,
That's kind of what it is, isn't it?
See a guy in the pool and just, a day of Hawaiian tropic and drinks. I just feel like doing something.
Not with him.
Tropics will do that to you, buddy.
It's never done that to me.
It's a whole new year.
Yep, in 2023, it's the year of Sappho's.
But it's done that to you?
No, not me.
I know Chase Richards. You had your eye on him.
Oh, we weren't in the tropics.
You were in, what, Brentwood?
What if you had been?
I don't remember where he lived.
What if you had been in the tropics?
Might have been different.
Wow. Really? You would have slept with Chase Richards if you guys were in the tropics?
No, there'd be no sex involved.
Okay.
Like I said, there's a difference between sex and maybe a cuddle.
Oh, not really.
Things with women, though, they get out of their, depending if they're married and have kids, they get to a tropical island. They don't have to worry about taking their kids to school.
And they want a trip.
And they've been in a bikini all day and drinking, and it's just like, oh, I feel so free.
I think it's
Really?
that their husband don't satisfy.
Come here, Jeannie.
That's the reason?
Well, I mean, what other reason would it be?
They have curiosity for soft skin.
Yeah, If you're getting laid and getting pleasure, you have really no curiosity. So I blame the
Don't
guy.
ruin this for me, Plowhawk.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I mean, you're still going to watch.
You're damn right I will. That's all I want. That's all I want. It's my motivation.
Then you and Scott are like Eskimo brothers, and
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've been in that situation multiple times. I just had the one situation where the gentleman was at the end of the bed pleasuring himself.
What about the guy with his hand on the small of
Yeah,
your
that's
back?
true, too. Yeah, that was weird. Really was.
Would it be funny if the next time you do it, a guy's like making a daily fantasy roster? Like at the end
I'd
of the
respect
bed?
that, actually. I go, what are you doing there?
Yeah,
probably ask for
he's
your
going
advice.
to be owned by 22% of the field. I don't know if that's the right
Tom
play.
Kim just withdrew. Sorry, guys. I mean,
That
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying
Yeah,
accidentally.
multitask.
No,
Yeah.
no, Tom Kim's still alive.
He had a nice day yesterday, Doug. 2 Eagles.
Yeah, and I dropped him.
Speeder looked good yesterday, too.
Yeah, he had a flop shot from like 8 yards.
Yeah,
away.
mine would have went 125 yards.
Unbelievable.
I think you got the leader, Doug. I think you got Morikawa.
He does.
Oh,
Striker.
more cows, yeah.
I think Doug's leading this, right?
Yeah, the Mark Rolfing Open. many times he talking about the wind yesterday? I didn't watch.
How many times did Mark Rolfe?
I didn't watch it. First round golf from Hawaii. I just didn't have a lot of interest. I just didn't.
I didn't catch it either. It was on kind of late. I started watching this. Season 2 is about to start in a couple weeks. Your Honor was on Showtime with Bryan Cranston. Anybody see that?
No, I haven't, but I've heard it's good.
I heard it was good, and I finally started. I think I talked about it last year that I taped it, and then went back to watch it, and somehow it was taped in Spanish.
Really?
So it's not a Spanish show, is it? And it was in Spanish. I taped it in Spanish, and then it wasn't replayed, so I couldn't watch it. But now that I have Hulu and I have Showtime, I start watching it. It's pretty intense, but
those are
good burn
well,
made on Netflix.
I'm not gonna. I can't ruin it because I've only seen 3 episodes. But it's about Bryan Cranston, who's a judge, and his son hit and run killed a guy on a motorcycle.
And he's handling the case, and the prosecuting.
Well, they're
attorney
trying to hide it. They're trying to hide it. They blamed it on somebody else, and the guy they blamed it on got killed in jail. And I won't go any further because that's as far as I am. But
I feel caught up.
Tim, hit the emails to end this. Thanks. That's Neil Simon.
Well, people were really happy with our Yellowstone breakdown yesterday. We should put that on YouTube, and if we title that the best Yellowstone breakdown ever, I guarantee it'll get 1 million views.
You think so?
Because so many people watch
I will do that and do exactly that.
Because so many people watch
see how
Yellowstone.
it goes.
And I will, if you'd like to make a wager on it.
No, I won't get 1 million. But I mean, as many people like
You
Yellowstone.
just said you guaranteed it.
Well, I lied. Yeah, I admitted that
I called.
It's not going to be 1 million.
Scott Swingled Ballsack just wants to issue a quick statement. I will not beat off at the foot of the bed or touch your lower back. Thanks.
Oh.
So there you go.
You got that going. But I think so many people like Yellowstone, and they see another, here's a recap. Let's listen to this one.
All right.
And when they hear us talking about dental work and too many chicks in the bunkhouse, they're going to say, what the hell is this?
I will cut that clip from yesterday and put it on the YouTube.
And see if we can get that going. Can that get going on the TikToks? Can that go on the TikToks?
I can make a clip of it, I guess.
Got me dancing like a proctologist with a twerking class, Groupon.
It's the new voice of the Cardinals.
I hope so. Yeah.
That would
It'd
be
fun.
the greatest thing ever.
How would social media react? They would
Just stay on STLtoday.com.
I would just live in the STL Today comments.
It's a clown show.
I'd put my home on Verbo for the year. Anna Marie, where are we going to go? The STL Today comments, sister. That's where we'll be.
More likely to be the announcer for the Pirates or the A's or some franchise desperate to do something to market themselves a little bit.
Beer Cats sounds like he's interested in getting involved in this date tomorrow.
Oh, is he really?
Hey, Scott Wrinkled Ballsack's wife. I can bring Hot Wife Autumn. You'll like her a lot. Sup, Scott? That's from Beer Cats.
Oh, God.
Aren't you getting tired of, maybe using that as your only claim to fame as you got some married wife?
But he was flirting with the husband as well.
He did say, sup, Scott. I read what's in the prompter.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
And it doesn't sound like a hot wife at all. I mean, a hot wife is somebody that occasionally the husband will let her go out. It seems like you're with her every day, and you brag about it. Hey, she's in the kitchen. Hey, she's here. Hey, she's here. Hey, she's here. Hey, here's a picture. She's with you every day. It sounds like she's not a hot wife anymore. She's a divorced wife. First of all, you don't have a mom because you're not married, so your kids don't have that mom that you're dating. Maybe
I still can't figure that out.
Stupidest thing I've ever said on the show, without a doubt, and I don't even know what I was talking about.
Just to start a sentence with, first of all, you don't have a mom.
Right there, it's problematic.
You have to.
Unless you were hatched. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Hey. Brand spanking new listener. Brand spanking new emailer. So I'd like to keep this just between us. My pop doesn't even know I'm on his computer. Sorry to talk about yesterday's show. I didn't know the process. Anyway, Doug, I just read what's in the process.
Yeah, I know.
The first I noticed was that Tim guy. Space, space, space. Immediately obvious he went to private school. Space, space, space. He does more than his fair share. Period. A whole lot more. The man is just super handsome. So why did I find myself having the urge to lick every inch of that Doug guy's man body?
Okay.
I love the policy of letting homeless in the studio. But how long do they stay? The one was professing his love for Ron Duguay. You forgot to mention his second wife, Kim Alexis. But this email is about Charlene Tilton. More like Charlene Tilton.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
This is your first time writing, too, obviously.
I'm going to restate that.
Okay.
This email is about Charlene Tilton.
Sure.
More like Charlene Tilton.
Am I right?
What a punchline.
Get that fat on a teeter-totter and your side ain't coming back down. Sincerely, a day late and 2 inches short.
A day late and 2 inches short.
Charlene Tilton was cute as a button on Dallas.
Yes, she was.
And finally,
God almighty.
Weak match.
Yeah, I guess.
I noticed there's a lot in there, but they didn't get to the filtered side.
Some of the worst emails I've ever read in my life.
Really?
Want me to read one? It's 2 sentences.
Because they're vile?
Hi, I'm a submissive looking for a fetish dom. Fart fetish domination, so please be gassy. I'm very open-minded and would love to help anyone looking for a sub for their fart/butts. Sammy the sub.
Yeah, didn't need that one.
So that's what we're working with today.
Okay, don't blame you.
The Jamaica trip was announced to the public on Tuesday, November 29th, with the qualifier that Iggy could not go because of his goddaughter's wedding.
Here's Swope.
Once Lisa Ann got involved, Iggy said he'd blow off the wedding because he hadn't seen the girl in 10 years and was going to Jamaica, quote-unquote, for the listeners. On December 5th, he said not to worry about his passport because he sent in his application 5 weeks earlier because he'd been offered the opportunity to stay at Marco Bertorelli's place in Italy. On December 13th, he revised his own passport application timeline, saying he started the process after talking to Tim on Friday, November 18th. It was quite obvious at that point that someone was being lied to. Today, when Illsider suggested the possibility that Iggy already has his passport but is withholding the information for the sake of hashtag content, Iggy said, I'll be honest with you right now. You're not going to know if my passport came or not until you listen to the show Monday the 30th and see if I'm on it, end quote. So basically, Iggy alluded he was dishonest previously while admitting he's withholding information. Iggy, who previously said he was doing this hashtag for the listeners, today says he's not obligated to tell, quote-unquote, these people if my passport is here or not. These people? The hell do you mean, these people?
You.
One more note on the prop bets. We've added Iggy's passport arrives, but he misses his flight because stayed behind to beg for his Dillian Harper fleshlight back from TSA at plus 400. Happy 2/23. It's my birthday in 5 days. Buck Swope.
Buck Swope.
Doug, that's what we have for the design
research.
and cooling email today.
He's become a daily emailer now.
Yeah, he has. Dangerous. He could wind up winning the emailer of the year this year. He's very dangerous.
Takes a lot of pictures. Too many. His was good, but it wasn't quite as sassy as a day late and 2 inches short. So that's who I'll vote for.
Well, I'm guessing Plowsy's probably going to have to vote because I'm going with Sammy the sub.
Oh, wow. Sammy the sub, Doug. That was in the unfiltered file.
Oh, gosh. I didn't know that was even eligible.
I know who Tim's going to go with. So
it's not as clear as you would think here. I'll go with Buck Swope, but it's I really liked what was the Charlene Tilton thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, a day late and 2 inches short. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I'm going with Stevie Submarine or whatever.
Oh, you can't be serious.
Pepper and Genie back together.
Pepper and Genie's back!
It wasn't even entered.
I don't care.
It's the best one.
It was entered, sucked.
It wasn't the best one.
I have a feeling Sammy Submarine.
It didn't make the file, but...
Sammy Submarine.
It didn't make the file, but
Sammy the sub.
For crying
Jackson read it, so it comes
What's the
from
actual name of it?
Sammy the sub.
Isn't it? No.
Jackson and I are going to go get blamed for the Cardinals offseason, I think.
Yeah.
It's coming up here in a matter of moments. Darren Pang with us at 10:15. It's coming up on 101 ESPN. There will not be a Pepper and Genie today, but maybe there will be one next week. I'm still holding out.
Could well be.
The weekends are usually when big sponsors line up.
That is true.
Podcasts.
That's when Express Scripts has a board meeting. Time for us to shut it down. Closing out the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour for the Plow for Action Jackson, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, for Ken, for Douglas and Vaughn, Tim Kern. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After from Michelob Ultra Studios.